Well, hello, replay viewers. Let's see who tunes on in. Fairy Elephant, first one in the room. Hello, good to see ya. Here we are in front of the courthouses here at Cadman Plaza. Let's let some people tune in before we commence. Yes. Looks like my microphones are working well. A little windy out here in New York today. So hopefully we will get around all the wind issues and more importantly get around the signal issues. Hopefully. And yeah. I guess notifications did not go out. We'll let people tune on in here. We'll give people a few more minutes here before I start getting my 10,000 steps in. Time for 10,000 steps with Dutch Moz. Good to see you, ABX Girl. Good to see you, Karen Payne. Good to see you, Michelle K. Welcome. And good to see you, Miss Cecilia. Welcome on into the show. How's everyone doing on this Monday? Hope everyone's doing well on this Monday. Chilly Monday. You know how it is. Good to see you, Ben. Why is the flag at half-mast? The flags are at half-mast because we recently lost a firefighter. A firefighter passed away over the weekend. Good to see you, Robert. Good to see you there, Miss Cecilia. Good to see you, Ramona. Good to see you, Southern Pacific. And good to see you there, Gregory. Hopefully the tour will be good there. It's Gregory. Hopefully today's tour will be good. Brooklyn Bridge, Lower Manhattan. We do have a theme today, and that is we're going to look for tulips. Because evidently there are lots of tulip beds all around the city, and I just realized one major thing. I did not wipe my lens. So let me wipe my lens. Hello, Brian Bell, welcome. And Jessica out there in the Netherlands, welcome. Hello. Hello. Please give me a moment here while I should have did this before the live stream, everyone. Make sure that lens is nice and clean for y'all. Oh yeah, that looks good. Good to see you, Rosalind. Welcome. Yeah, time to tiptoe through the tulips. Good to see you, Jennifer. Welcome. Good to see you there, Diana Lee. Welcome. And Sarah, welcome. Welcome to downtown Brooklyn. Welcome to Cadman Plaza here in front of Borough Hall. That's where we're at today. You loved my video of the train show. Wish it could have been longer. Well, Gregory, here's the deal, Gregory. First of all, I was with my wife yesterday, so I wanted to devote to as much time as I can to my wife. And then also, the train show, there were a lot of children there who didn't care that I was videotaping, and YouTube doesn't like too many children on the live stream. So I gave you guys a loop of the train show there, but you guys pretty much saw everything at the train show, even though you go watch that video over and over again. You'll find new stuff every time you watch. So that display was quite amazing. But good to see you, Robert Hunt. You booked come to see my wonderful city on July 1st. Awesome. It's going to be a little crowded, Robert, so be prepared. Good to see you, Veronica Lynn. Welcome. Good to see you, Fox Tech. Good to see you, Activity 79. Good to see you, Dave Jeffries. Good to see you, JJ. And that's sweet. I consider my wife. Well, JJ, I have to consider my wife. She's my wife. Good to see you, Marie. Good to see you, the Chilean. I love the idea YouTube doesn't like children. On the live stream, it gets very complicated if I have children on the live stream there, Gregory. I'm not going to go into the whole legal ramifications of that, but there's legal issues about that. Good to see you, JJ. Good to see you, By the Book. Good to see you there, Mario. Good to see you there, Ramona. Good to see you, Sunshine After the Rain. Good to see you, Leela. Good to see you, Linda K. Good to see you, Sarge Check. The train exhibit was fantastic, I have to say. It was really cool. I was surprised I got a signal in there because that whole area in Farmingdale, Long Island, I did not have a signal. So, kind of crazy. Good to see you there, Cynthia. Welcome. And Millard, welcome. Millard, please be careful about the all capital letters in your messages there. The Nightbot does not like that. Good to see October. Good to see October. Good to see S. Fields. And good to see Mason Dillard. Welcome. Here we are in front of the courthouses and in front of Brooklyn City Hall. Good to see you, Colleen. Welcome. Off the office and flowers. Yes, indeed. The train show was awesome, yes. Had a model train set as a kid, but after a while, after watching it go round and round, it got rather tiresome. It could. But good to see you. Don't work too hard, ABX girl. Good to see you, Nico. Welcome. Don't work too hard, guys. Throw me on in the background. My live streams are the best when I'm in the background. Idon, good to see you, Idon SS. Welcome. Welcome to downtown Brooklyn. Good to see you, Sally. Welcome. Jose Torres, Weba, Puerto Rico. Bienvenidos. At work listening. Awesome, sunshine. Don't work too hard. Here we are in front of Borough Hall. Brooklyn welcomes you. Antonio Reynoso is the current and new borough president of Brooklyn. You don't work too hard there, John. Good to see you, John Laura. Welcome. Good to see Activity 79. Good to see you, Terry B. Welcome on into the show, Terry. Never get tired of seeing your home city. Well, Sarge, me too. It is a bit brisk today outside, JJ. I have to agree. It's chilly out here. My voice is very reassuring. Awesome. Good to see you there, Purple Queen. Welcome. Hope everyone's having a great Monday. Yes, indeed. I hope everyone's having a great Monday. Ooh, it's windy out here. It's windy out here. Ooh, it's windy. Yes, let's first, I'm going to intentionally go to all the places where I have issues with the signal. So today we're going to make our way down to the promenade, make our way along Brooklyn Bridge Park, then make our way up onto the Brooklyn Bridge, then make our way into Lower Manhattan to catch the express bus. Good to see you there, Susan Ingalls. Welcome. It's cold in Chicago. Turn on the heat. Good to see you, Nana No. Welcome. And good to see everybody. Welcome on into the show. Well, we're going to be on the hunt for tulips today. Hopefully lots of tulips today. On our tour, we have a full battery here. Let's make sure the battery is talking to the phone. It is, and the microphones are talking to the phone. That's good. So the microphones are talking, and the battery is talking to the phone. So everything is talking. You agree my voice is very comforting? I did go to school for communications, so I know how to annotate. I know how to annotate. How's that? Spring is up and down this year. Supposedly it's like 10 degrees cooler on average this spring than last spring. And I definitely tend to agree with that because it was definitely hot this time last year. But hello everyone, good to see everybody. Welcome on into the show. Annotation, there you go, yes. Actually went to school for that. Unbelievable. All right, let's do it. Let's make our way over to the Brooklyn Promenade. It's just after 3 o'clock here in New York. And it looks like the 4G LTE signal seems to be farly superior than the 5G signal. Go figure that one out. Never know how to dress. Yes, Susan, I figure you have to overdress. That's the way I see it. It's easier to get warm and harder to cool off. So I always recommend I've kind of been overdressing the last few days, and so I have 3 light layers on, but it's at least 3 layers. So, but good to see everybody. Hey, yeah, layers, but they're light layers. S Fields. As we go down Montague Street, let's make our way down to the Brooklyn Promenade. You gotta love the history. The history is all around us. Where are my baseball fans at? Look at it, it's right here. Hello there, Be a Traveler, welcome. Tried going out today, unsuccessful. Well, I guess you're in for the day, John Lore. Good to see you, Be the Traveler. Layers are best. Wildfires in the southwest. Ooh, be safe out there, sunshine. Yes, yes, indeed, Sarshek. Right here is where Jackie Robinson made baseball history, and Jackie Robinson changed America. Once upon a time, there was a Major League Baseball team in Brooklyn called the Dodgers. They played their games at Ebbets Field in Flatbush, where the fans and the players dodged trolley cars to get to the ballpark. But it was here on this site that the team was headquartered from 1938 to 1957. Don't you love this plaque? Me too. A wonderful plaque here that was placed here by Howard Golden, borough president, back in 1998. Right here. Kind of amazing. The history that happens all around us. Good to see you there, to Bailey. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. I hope everyone's doing well on this Monday. I almost forgot what day it is. Overdress. There you go. Secret to life. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, JJ. Good to see you. AG loves New York City. Welcome. Good to see everybody. Welcome on into the show. And Francisco Berlini. Ciao, buongiorno. Today in Italy is the Feast of the Liberations. Really? Interesting. Wow. That's a cool holiday there, Francisco. That's awesome. That's a cool holiday right there. Better being slightly too warm than freezing. Exactly, Diana. That's the way I see it. It's easier to shed layers. So, and it's cold out here. It's like borderline, I need my gloves, but I could do without my gloves. Good to see you, Cyclone Joe. Good to see you, Alfred Clues. Welcome. Shout out to all my Canadian viewers. Welcome. I hope everyone's doing well. Hello, New York, indeed. Activity 79. Welcome. What happened this spring? MC Dirty Jersey. Spring is taking a little bit of a siesta. Photos from around New York. Good to see you, photos. Making our way over to the promenade right now. And we're going to see the view over in the promenade. So Fifth Avenue, that was because of Central Park, Gregory. Fifth Avenue got its prominence because of Central Park. That's why they decided to build Millionaires Row where it ended up. In short, Gregory, in short, it was because of Central Park. Chase Building is amazing. Yes, indeed. I love this little church. I love this little bank here. I almost called it a church. Teo vas, Yasu Gris. Oh, you like that train club video there, Joe? Awesome. I'm surprised I had a signal in there, Joe. 82 in Georgia. Nice. Dutch must always have the most accurate titles. Yes, indeed. Yes. You have to explain stuff because we live in a day and age where you could explain stuff to people and they will still never understand. Weird weather indeed. Yeah, it's been a while, John. But yeah, hanging out with the train masters of Babylon yesterday. I was very surprised I had a signal where they had that crazy train display set up, because in a lot of Farmingdale I had zero network. So I noticed that I had a signal, and instead of doing a pre-recorded video, I figured I'll just do one loop around. But it got crowded in there when we were live streaming. There were a lot of kids. There were a lot of kids around there, and like I said earlier, YouTube doesn't like too many children on live streams for various reasons. Yeah, you becoming your mom there, S. Fields? Yeah. It was impressive, John. The Train Masters of Babylon have two open houses. They have one in spring and one during Christmas time. So the one, from what I hear, the one in Christmas time gets very crowded. So. And Millard, please be careful with all capital letters. Nightbot does not like that, but good to see you, Millard. Please be careful of the all capital letters and using too many emojis. Nightbot does not like that. We want to keep the chat easy to read for everybody, and most importantly for me, to read. So, yes, the subway was insane. I love the subway too. Yeah, even YouTube isn't thrilled about kids, no. No. Either your mom, Clint Eastwood, in Gran Torino, okay. So far, so good when it comes to the network. Absolutely love the trains. Yeah, me too, Susan. But I was hanging out with the wife. My wife loves model trains. So we took the LIRR out to Farmingdale, and it was pretty awesome. It was awesome. Good to see you there, Zilch. Welcome. Before your mom passed, she loved my streams. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much, Sarge. My condolences for your mom. I'll be thinking about her. Love to show the open houses, showing off your trains. Yeah, it is a beautiful neighborhood. Yes, indeed. Good to see you there, Gail. Welcome. You see Gail and Frank out there in Tucson, Arizona. We're right now walking in Brooklyn Heights. We started in downtown Brooklyn, Cadman Plaza. Cool photos. Went today, no luck. Yeah. Yeah, today is a chilly day. I mean, it's not going to rain. That's a good thing. Not going to rain today. But it's chilly out here. Hello there, CB Earth-Day. Welcome. A little chilly out here today, but let's see how the wind is once we get up onto the bridge. It's no doubt very windy, but I'm dying to know what the signal's going to be like when we're up on the bridge. What's the phrase? I can't explain. You can't understand you. Oh, can't understand you. I can't understand what? I don't know. I don't know, Diana Lee. I do not know. We're walking along Montague Street right now. And we're going to make our way to the Brooklyn Promenade right now. How is the signal at the Brooklyn Promenade? We're going to find out right now. Good to see you, Care Max. Welcome. Yeah, 4G, baby. It's like solid. Go figure this out. I'm trying to still figure this out. Why is the 4G signal so much more reliable than the 5G signal? But clearly, it is not ready for prime time. But here it is, Hicks Street. To think Robert Moses, road builder, wanted to bring the BQE down Hicks Street. Can you imagine a 6-lane highway trench right here? That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to get rid of all the historic buildings and build a 6-lane highway, because that's what we need in the world. Another 6-lane highway. Good thing the folks of Brooklyn Heights got together and forced road builder Robert Moses to build around the neighborhood. And that's how we get our Brooklyn Promenade and the triple cantilever. Your phone keeps switching to 5G, keeps losing signal. It's so annoying. Photos from around New York. If you're on an iPhone at least, an iPhone, you could actually switch it so that your phone only picks up data from a 4G network. There's LTE, then there's 5G auto, and then there's 5G on. 5G on seems to really zap the battery fast. So I have it as only 4G. 5G auto kind of goes back and forth between 4G and LTE and tries to conserve battery. But yeah, 5G really destroys the battery. So most phones seem to work better. Go figure on the older network on 4G. So now you know, folks. Patty's only seen the heights a girl, what? Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. There you go. That kind of rhymes. Yeah, hopefully that helps photos from around New York. The original spelling of Brooklyn right here. The Dutch spelling of Brooklyn, Brooklyn. I want to live in that building just for the name. Oh, the Patty Duke Show, okay. I haven't seen the Patty Duke Show in like forever. Since I went to high school. Anyway, it's good to see you, Lake Nona. We started here at Columbus Park. We kind of walked in front of Borough Hall here. Now we're walking down Montague. We're about to cross Pier Point, and we're going to make our way down the promenade, and then we're going to make our way up to Jane's Carousel. Right, Patty Duke, I think, was her house like down on the next block down over there? I think it was. I think she was down on the next block. Look how beautiful this tree is. Identical cousins, yeah. You're entering the TV show vortex. Yes, we are. Look how pretty that looks. Yay. Purples. Purples. You made it. Good to see you, Holly. Welcome. We're going to be here for a while today. We'll be here for at least 2 hours. Maybe 3. But here we are, Brooklyn Promenade, one of the greatest skylines in the world, about to come into view. The tulips are out all across the city. So that's a lovely thing. A calming purple, yes indeed. Love that block, me too, S. Fields. Janine Trainer, good to see you there, Janine. Welcome. You're procrastinating right now, so thanks, you're more than welcome. My channel is the best channel to watch when you're procrastinating. Isn't it beautiful? Look at these guys over here. Ah, these beautiful tulips. Born and raised in Reubling, that's right, CB Earth Day. Just came in, how beautiful. Good to see you, Maya, welcome. Oh look, some more tulips over here. Yay. Look at these beautiful tulips, everybody. Yay. Oh, I love it. All right, what a view, right, Deb? Here it is. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, one of the famous, greatest views in the entire world. The Lower Manhattan skyline from the Brooklyn Promenade. Here it is. Let's take in this view here. Let's drink this in. I'm here directly above the Montague Street. So this right down here, this is the Montague Street ventilation shaft for the Montague Street tunnel. And then, so this is the R train. And then for the 2 and 3 train, the red line, that's this ventilation shaft right here. So, 2 ventilation shafts, so the price of 1. Good to see you there, Deming, welcome. Your wife, your ex-wife loves tulips, okay. The most amazing view in the world, AG. And it's only got to get better. But here we are, Brooklyn Promenade, the 3rd deck of the triple cantilever that is the Brooklyn Promenade. As we look towards Midtown, we've got the Brooklyn Bridge right there prominently in view, and in the background we have the Empire State Building. Empire State Building, the Central Park South Tower, the Steinway Tower, 1 Vanderbilt, 432 Park Avenue, the MetLife Building, and also the Chrysler Building, all in view from here. Good to see you, Deming. I hope you're having a great day. I hope everyone's having a great day. Tip through the tulips in Brooklyn. That's right there, Caramax. Tiptoe through the tulips here in Brooklyn. Great view of the Statue of Liberty from here also. Let's check her out. Liberty Enlightening the World coming on up. Good to see you there, Easy Rider. Welcome. Tulips are a beautiful spring flower. They don't last too long, too. That's why you got to enjoy the tulips. But there you go. Statue of Liberty, 305 feet, 1 inch. Right there, the 7 points in the crown over the 7 seas and 7 continents of the world. If you get 2 pennies together, that's how thick the Statue of Liberty's skin is. Kind of amazing. Yes, the Steinway Tower was designed by a Brooklyn firm called Shop Architects. Yes, it was. Their photo, yes, it was. We do have it all in New York. Absolutely there, Sarge. Absolutely. Yeah, you know that lady, the lady in the harbor. Liberty Enlightening the World. She's facing France. Hold your torch up high if you're ready for the weather to get warm. I think she's ready for the weather to get warm. Any given day, up to 32,000 people can visit the Statue of Liberty. Kind of amazing. The torch that she has is a brand new torch made of copper clad in 24-karat gold leaf, created in 1986. The original torch, which was kind of made of glass, that resides in a small museum on the back end of Liberty Island behind the Statue of Liberty. 85 degrees in LA. Turn on the air conditioning there, Easy Rider. That's right. Lady Liberty, the most beautiful lady in the world, right over there. Liberty enlightening the world, right over there. And then in the foreground, we got our Governor's Island dock, the Sisson Landing, right there. Louis Mejia, good to see you. What's better than roses on your piano? A tulip on your organ. There you go. The lady's ready for a summer. She got her toga on. She is ready for the warm weather. And lots of people are visiting the statue again. I have to say, despite all the negative YouTubers claiming that New York is like living in the Mad Max and the Thunderdome situation, tourism is really rebounding back here in New York. Hotel prices are getting kind of crazy, and everyone's coming back to New York. So very excited seeing all the tourists coming back. I get to work tomorrow. Yay. I think it might rain on my tour tomorrow, but you know what? I'm just gonna push through it. Togas are the best, Coney Island Jim. Good to see you. Welcome on into the show. 88 degrees in Raleigh, North Carolina. The beaches were packed yesterday in North Carolina. That's a good thing. Nice to see people coming back to the beach. Good to see you, Anthony. Can't help thinking she holds a torch apparently to look Eastern European. Yes, she's facing France, Anthony. She's facing France. She's facing to the east. She is facing France. The city is packed. We'll find that when we get onto the Brooklyn Bridge. 82 in North Carolina. That is definitely some cyclone weather right there. Yes, indeed. 82 degrees is definitely some cyclone riding weather. I can't wait to ride the cyclone. But here we are, the beginning of the Brooklyn Promenade. I have no idea, Gregory. I find out where my tourists are from when they show up on my tour. So that's when I find out who I am touring, is when my tour begins. So I usually do not know that, unless it's a private tour that I organize myself. I, in general, don't know my guests and where they're from until I meet them. Because I do work with a company, so kind of just, all I know is I got to be at work by 10 o'clock in the morning. But it looks like it's going to rain tomorrow morning, so I am going to do my tour and then come straight home. Because I'm probably going to be soaking wet and won't be able to live stream outside. The chatty beds, indeed, yes. Brandon Tyler Vlogs, good to see you. Your campus is right near the promenade. Awesome. I think my old car still works until you get a new one. Oh, it's okay, Jim. All right, awesome. I'll check my card. I'll check out my special card. I have yet to ride the Cyclone this year, so I gotta try to ride her maybe this weekend. But yesterday, hanging out with the train masters of Babylon, that was fun. Didn't realize how much fun it would be. Gregory, I would say most of my guests on bicycle tours are foreign. A lot of the countries I get on my bicycle tours are from the Netherlands and Germany and the UK, for the most part. Good to see you there, Robinson Lopez. Yes, we're at my office. Good to see you, Robinson Lopez. Bom tarde, Brazil. Maybe a radio show tomorrow, Cyclone Joe. It all depends on what time I get home from work. And plus, I got some add-ons for the flight sim, and I really want to fly the flight sim tomorrow. No leaves on the trees. There are no leaves on the trees yet. Oh, sorry to hear that. Rode the couch last Monday. Freezing fun. Yeah, sounds about right there, Brandon. Still some pretty blossoms left. The Netherlands know how to bike. Yes, they do. The folks from the Netherlands know how to bike. So that makes my job a lot easier being a bicycle tour guide. You'll be shocked how often people come on a bicycle tour not knowing how to ride a bike. It's kind of amazing. So tips, usually proper etiquette for tipping a tour guide here in New York City is at least 10%. 20% is best, or 15% is optimal. I basically do it like this. It's a 2-hour tour. $5 a person is more than adequate. $10 is like very generous. And $20 is amazing. You could ask me questions for a half hour if you tip me $20. But that's right, yes. I want to play with the new toys tomorrow there, Jim. I want to play with the new toys tomorrow. I might do flight simming all afternoon when I come back home from work. Because it's going to rain tomorrow afternoon. But I want to do the radio show, so stay tuned. We'll find out. But I'm working tomorrow, working Wednesday. Today, taking it easy. Hanging out with the great Danielle Mastrian at the wall over on Stillwell on the way out here. She needed a pair of gloves. I had a pair of gloves. So hopefully Danielle is getting lots of paint all over my gloves. I told her, customize them for me. But yes, the folks from the Netherlands are the best bikers. Got your tires pumped yesterday? Nice. Cycling is expensively established as a virtue in the United Kingdom, with signage road markings all ever more common all over. Yeah, Anthony, yes, cycling infrastructure is getting more and more prevalent around the world because cycling is a way to get around. What is this? It's a collector's item indeed, John. Oh, okay. There you go. Loser gain our state. All right. Guess that's a voting thing. Don't ride outside, but you do plenty of spinning. Nice. Good to see you there, Marty Lewis. Welcome. Most of my tourists are from northern Europe. Yeah, the Netherlands, Belgium, Germany. Yeah, we got solid clouds today, Diana Lee. Solid clouds today, but no chance at all for rain, which is a good thing. No chance at all for rain. And I'll take that. I will take that. And yeah, from Northern Europe, yes. Those are cycling countries usually in Northern Europe. You know, a lot of people from Belgium ride bikes, the Netherlands, Denmark, Sweden. Those are cycling countries for the most part, especially Denmark and the Netherlands. So tomorrow I am doing a loop of Central Park with my guests, so that's going to be fun. Yeah. Northern Europeans are way more likely to do a cycling tour. You know, usually people from the States or Canada are cyclists. You know, regular cyclists. Europeans, like the whole family comes out usually. Had a tour. How many was it? 22 from the Netherlands on Saturday, and yeah, we had young kids with us, but everyone could ride. So. And that makes my job a lot easier when you could ride a bike. You'd be shocked how often people come on a bicycle tour not knowing how to ride a bike. There is a TripAdvisor review of me somewhere floating around out there where the person was upset. I didn't do two things. I didn't speak Portuguese and I didn't teach them how to ride a bike. Pretty funny critique. Yes, do cycling towards spring and summer. Yes, indeed. The weather is all over the place. Yes, indeed. Amsterdam, one of the greatest cycling cities in the world. Also Rotterdam and all of the Netherlands. All of the Netherlands is a good cycling infrastructure out there. Good to see a Viking. Welcome. How is that possible? What did they expect? S. Fields, you'd be shocked what tourists expect sometimes from me as a tour guide. You would be shocked. I get tourists upset I don't speak their language. Tourists get upset when they find out I have a route that I take. Good to see Alina Sandoval. Welcome. But yeah, I'm a tour guide. I'm not their parent, but people sometimes require a lot from a tour guide. I try to be as accommodating as I can be, but yeah, I've had a guest get upset that we have a route that we take. People thought they could just tell me where they want to go and we go. It doesn't work like that. But anyway, the best part to do a cycling tour north. Yes, all over the country there, CB. Yeah, it's all over the country. It's great too. What part of Brooklyn is the Brooklyn Promenade in? We are in Brooklyn Heights right now. Holly, we're in Brooklyn Heights. The history and the culture? Yes, Gregory. Good to see you, Tom, in Vermont. Welcome. Do I speak any foreign languages? No, I do not. Only English. Yes, exactly. It's an organized, planned out experience, photos, exactly. Listen, if I have enough time to take you a little bit off of the tour route, we would do that, but I've had guests just do their own thing. I've had guests try to attempt to lose the tour. But if there's one thing I could proudly say as a bicycle tour guide for 10 years, is I have never lost a guest. Never. Even when they intentionally leave the group, I have never lost a guest. Which is pretty awesome. Somebody got the flag of the Ukrainian flag out here. That's pretty cool. Got Hudson Yards in the background. Brooklyn Bridge. Lovely little vista right there. And I love how strong the signal is right here. I love how strong the signal is. This is amazing. This is usually the one spot where where the signal starts fussing about. And so far, so good. It's rock solid. Huh. So on this tour today, I am intentionally going into areas where I have a bad signal. So this would be just a pretty cool test that we're doing right now, and so far so good. Good to see a Catty Corn out there in South Florida. Hope you're doing well, Catty Corn. Hope everyone's doing well on this Monday. And now we're making our way over here to Columbia Heights. That's the name of the street here. And we're gonna make our way, I think we're gonna make our way down the bridge here. Let's go through Squib Park and walk a little bit through the Brooklyn Bridge Park here. We will be going through Dumbo before making our way up onto the Brooklyn Bridge. I know at the bottom of the Squib Park Bridge there's a bit of a signal issue down there. So we'll find out. We'll find out when we get down there what the signal is like. Here we are in the corner of Columbia Heights and Cranberry Street. And that townhouse on the corner closest to us, that's a $44.5 million townhouse. It's a single residence featuring a 2-car garage and a little bit of a backyard. And also rooftop garden. And of course, a phenomenal view of Lower Manhattan. Your commute to Lower Manhattan by subway, just 10 minutes on the 2-3 train from Clark Street. Or you take the A train, get up to Midtown from here in about 25 minutes. Very convenient transit-wise. Lori E., welcome. Rick Fisher, good to see you. Welcome on into the show. Let's see the drunk Statue of Liberty. There's a drunk Statue of Liberty right here. And this is usually where the signal drops out. Let's see how the signal holds up. And uh-oh, they got rid of something, everyone. Juice Golden out there in California, good to see you. They got rid of something, so we still have our statue iron rod fence here, but the one right next to it, this one right here, would have had the Twin Towers on it. Wow, we have lost our Twin Towers iron rod fence. Oh man, that's a shame. They took out the tree and everything. So, some changes here on Columbia Heights. Here in Brooklyn Heights. Very interesting. Caddy, is it chilly here today? Yes, it is. It is chilly here. For all my Dutch viewers, here's a Dutch word for you. One of the oldest streets in all of New York City right here. This street was created in 1632. Here's a Dutch word for everyone. It was at Middle, right? Middle Street. Middag Street. But of course, us Brooklynites call it Mugga Street. Mugga. I've heard so many people call it Mugga Street than Middag Street. But there it is for all my folks from the Netherlands, right there. Now let's make our way down Squid Park and the bouncy bridge of the Squid Park Bridge here. Squid Park, and we're home to, this was the manufacturing. Oh, middag means afternoon. Ah. Oh, I thought it meant middle. Oh, you know, a guest told me many years ago that it meant middle. That means afternoon. CB, I'm going to go with your explanation. I've been saying the wrong thing all these years. I had a guest tell me that was middle. But you're saying it's afternoon. I'm going to go with CB Earth since he lives in the Netherlands currently. Good to see you, Denise. Welcome. Wow. Learn something new every day. Like midday. Yeah, like midday, Laura. Yeah. Wow. Learn something new every day. Ah, okay. Like mid-dog. Ah. Why did, well, then again, middle afternoon, I guess they're saying. Mid-afternoon. Okay. Maybe we got lost in translation there when the guest was talking to me. Anyway, this used to be the site of the Squib pharmaceutical factory right here. And this is named after Edward Squib here. The company still exists today as Bristol Myers Squib. Ah, it's an old Dutch word. Okay, okay. I'm telling you, it's better than PBS. That's right, John. More interactive and better than PBS. That's right. Shout out to all the channel members. This live stream was made from members like John Lore and viewers like you. Thank you. All right, let's go walk down the formerly very bouncy bridge. Today, not as bouncy. And look at this. I can't get over the signal, guys. The signal is like rock solid. Not wavering one bit. We can see the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway just across the way over there. And thanks to the member, if you want to be a member of the channel, you can get those emojis right there. Been wondering about something since yesterday's stream. And what is that, Deming? What is that? So now we're walking over the Squid Park Bridge. This is the second iteration of the Squid Park Bridge. The first iteration used to bounce around a little bit too much.
Yeah, 1 second.
And this bridge does close at 9 o'clock at night, so people don't stop here and look into the people's windows. Great view of the Brooklyn Bridge from here. Great view of the bridge. Let's frame it up. There you go. The beautiful newly cleaned towers of the 138-year-old Brooklyn Bridge right there. Okay. It means noon or lunch. Ah. Okay. Amazing view indeed, sunshine. Lots of amazing views today. Today's going to be the Amazing View live stream, where all the views will be amazing. As we now enter Brooklyn Bridge Park. I miss when this bridge used to bounce. Are they different levels or sub-levels of the subway? Yes, they are, Deming. It depends on where the subways run. So, depending on where they are, Deming, some subways run lower than others. Usually, Metro North and LARR, they run almost close to the surface. Subways tend to run deeper, but it all depends on where they are in the city. There is a very famous area where the 2-3 train makes its way underground over a valley and then back underground when it passes over the 125th Street Valley over there. So, in many different levels. There is no one level. It all depends on where you are. Now, right here is where I have a terrible signal, and I cannot get over the fact that we have a rock solid signal. I'm so happy right now. Be the Traveler, New York is amazing. That's why I live here. That is why I live here. Let's walk through another area where I know the signal struggles. So signature, we're gonna see 9 decal, but when we get onto the Brooklyn Bridge. So you will see the Cheesecake Tower when we are on the Brooklyn Bridge. 4G, baby, that's right. 4G for the win. Okay, well, we're now officially in Brooklyn Bridge Park. Oh, signature, we're on the South Beach here in Miami. Welcome. Welcome to South Beach. You can see all these beautiful historic Art Deco buildings here. That's right, 9 decal, the official skyscraper of the Dutch Moz channel. We like to call it the Cheesecake Tower because at the base of that building is Junior's Cheesecake Restaurant. Lovely urban hike, right? I love Brooklyn Bridge Park. Just to think, 15 years ago, there used to be a warehouse here. Good to see you, RJ. I am doing fantastic. I hope you're doing well. The Cheesecake Tower, that's right. John, you know nobody reads the description. I just write the description for a lark. You know, for a little joke. You know.
the former piers. Some of the last working waterfront here in Brooklyn. Good to see you, Din Din. Welcome. A beautiful walk indeed. That's what makes Brooklyn so great. You can just wander around. Here is the Liberty Lawn here in Brooklyn Bridge Park, pier number 1. Look at that view. Yeah, I think you're the crazy one there, John. John, you do this weird thing called paying attention. It's so weird. Another peaceful walk indeed. Rick, it's peaceful for now. What it's going to be like on the bridge is the $1,000,000 question. What is it going to be like on the Brooklyn Bridge? It is a green everywhere. Yes, indeed. It's green everywhere, and this takes you right down to this beautiful waterfront path here. But you know how people don't pay attention. Come on. Yes, the adults pay attention, Din Din. That's right. Oh, which one do I like better? So which one do I like better? New York City, of course, because this is where I live. Yes, One World Trade Center here in Miami. There it is, here in South Beach. As you see, all the Art Deco buildings of South Beach right over here. The filming location of Scarface was right about there at a little street called Wall Street. King of Sorrow, welcome. Yeah, paying attention, what a concept. It's called paying attention. Pass it on. Dave in Bangor, Maine, good to see you. Ooh, it looks like we're at high tide today. We are at high tide, ladies and gentlemen. That's you pay attention and you're wasted. That's right, John. John, you what was it called there? What did the kids call it? Multitasking. Pineapple water. I am attempting to be funny. Sean Marcus, good to see you. Jerry, good to see you. Welcome. Statue of Liberty and the Staten Island Ferry, ladies and gentlemen. And there's the Discord chat. Thank you so much there, Sunshine. Join the never-ending chat on Discord. The never-ending chat on Discord has been unleashed. So follow the link over there. Thank you so much there, Sunshine After the Rain. We've lost the ability to process information. I think we have. You're the best at multitasking? Me too. Faith, welcome. Or F417H, welcome. I think that was my uncle's license plate, was F417H. But there it is, there's Staten Island Ferry. During normal times, up to 77,000 people on the weekday could ride the Staten Island Ferry. Each boat could carry up to 3,000 people. You gotta figure out this Discord thing now, absolutely. You're better at multi-snacking, me too, S. Fields. Filming New York City, a sore point to anyone who just read that a pro camera is $30,000 and up. Okay, cameras are a lot more expensive than that, Anthony. I highly recommend looking up a red camera. Red cameras are, what, $60,000 and up? Anyway. Faith, it is cool. All right, cool. Leach speech, okay. Leach speech sounds like a Dutch thing. Leach speech. Here in the Netherlands channel. Anyway. All right. Let's walk down the waterfront here and enjoy the view. Yeah, we have had the helicopter Pier 6, the heliport right over there. Let's watch a helicopter land really quick. Helicopter's coming into land. There it is. Here comes a helicopter coming into land. The current is strong, Natalie, yes. We're at high tide right now, so. East River, not really a river, more like a tidal estuary that separates Long Island from Manhattan Island. Flows in both directions depending on the tide. I do not recommend swimming in the East River unless you're a trained swimmer. Ah, awesome, Anthony. Didn't know that. Fort Tilden. I have to say, Fort Tilden, a terrible movie. Fort Tilden's a great movie about two very entitled girls. And I'll leave it at that. But Fort Tilden is my favorite beach in New York City. Is the Seinfeld restaurant real? Yes, it is, Sean Mark. It's on 103rd Street and Broadway. Base headquarters? No. It's just another building there. Signature. Ooh. The pontoon plane going out to the Hamptons. Right up there. That's a fun ride. Yep, or if you're Kramer, you could go swimming in the East River. But go to my Flickr page, flickr.com/DutchMoz, and you can see pictures of people swimming in the East River. That's right, Rick, it's called Tom's Restaurant, and they only shot the exterior, not the interior. Recently, somebody asked me on a live stream, can I show the filming locations for Welcome Back, Cotter? Welcome Back, Cotter was filmed in Los Angeles, and the exterior scenes of Fort Hamilton High School were shot by a B unit. So, this is the East River. This is the East River, Holly. This is the East River, and that boat, that pontoon plane is going out to East Hampton in Long Island. That pontoon plane docks over at 23rd Street and the East River. Yes, they cut out Tom's as well. Yes, they did cut out Tom's as well. Good to see you, Max. Good to see you there, Jack. Oh, which one did Kramer swim in? I think he swam in the East River. I think Kramer swam in the East River, if I'm not mistaken. Either river is tough to swim in if you're not an experienced swimmer. Just saying. Here's a illustration of what this view used to look like. 1835. This is what it looked like. We could actually see Trinity Church. That's Trinity Church right there. And we are, I think we're standing about right here. Have I seen that fiberglass guano barge again? No, I have not, Diana. Was it the East River there, Blue? Awesome. During the 19th century, the East River was choked with ships day and night. On a busy day, several dozen sailing vessels and steamers might have arrived and departed from Brooklyn piers. Ferry boats carry thousands of commuters over the East River, while barges, tugboats, fishing shacks added to the traffic. Brooklyn depended on its unending flow of boats and goods and people. There you go. I asked, you asked about Friends, got the same answer. Yes, yeah, Friends was not filmed here in New York. Go to the projects. Sean Marcus, you have to be a little bit more precise about which projects you want to go to. Projects have different names, like the Luna houses or like the Two Bridges houses over there. So you have to be a little bit more precise about which projects you want to go to, because there's literally hundreds of them across the 5 boroughs. Is it possible to walk to Long Island City in Queens from the Boardwalk? Which boardwalk are you talking about? Are you talking about the Coney Island Boardwalk? Are you talking about this waterfront right here? Both of those, to answer to both of those questions, the answer to both of those places is yes. Yes, you can walk to Long Island City in Queens from this waterfront here and also over in Coney Island. It's all part of the western tip of Long Island, so yes. Obviously, you won't be able to walk the waterfront the entire time. At times, you may have to go inland a few blocks, but yes. Yes, there are views of the United Nations up at Gantry State Park. I am very confused too there, John Lord. That's why I am trying to... you hear my brain processing stuff right now, so... My brain doesn't tolerate stupidity very well. But there's the Brooklyn Bridge right there. We're about to walk over that in a little bit. We're first going to make our way over to Jane's Carousel. And good to see you there, Brian Davis. Welcome. You love Friends, but the fake sets were ridiculous. Holly, it's Hollywood. What's my opinion about it's 432 Park Avenue? Get it right there, Signature. 432 Park Avenue, which will be right. Oh, 175 Park, which will be right next to the Chrysler Building. Signature. I really don't have any agreement. I have no opinion on that. I have no opinion on that other building. You hear my brain cracking there, CB? Yes. Yes. But let's see the Chrysler Building. Chrysler Building sticking up right next to 432 Park Avenue. But do I have an opinion about 175 Park Avenue? No. Did I see the Navy Yard? Joseph, we're not walking around to the Navy Yard. That's kind of on the other side of where we're at right now. I'm at Brooklyn Bridge Park, and the Brooklyn Navy Yard is kind of on the other side of where I am currently standing. And we're not going to see the Brooklyn Navy. Well, we might see a little bit of the Brooklyn Navy Yard when we get onto the Brooklyn Bridge. So stay tuned. Let's enjoy the views, right? Nah, people don't want to do that. They want to just ask questions. They want to ask questions and get my opinion on stuff that I really have no opinion about. I should have opinions about every single building in the city. Nah, S Fields, nah, no, that's too much hard drive space in my brain, S Fields. Can't do that. Yeah, it's getting more confusing, John. I'm going to have to drink lots of beers when I get home. Yeah, the waterfront promenade does not go uninterrupted up to Long Island City. Yes, Sean Marcus, yes. A lot of shows that were based in New York City were filmed in Los Angeles. Enjoying the view, Holly. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, beers don't help. So this is an area here where I usually been struggling with the signal as of late. And I can tell the signal is fluctuating, but yep, I'm still in the green. I'm still in the green. Let's walk over here to Fulton Ferry Landing. So rude. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry there, Blue River. Yes, the waterfront does not continue on uninterrupted up to Long Island City. I'm sorry to answer that question for you. Vodka is better than beers. Yes, indeed. Was I rude? Dutch Baby Monday. There you go. I for nickels. Beer in Canada is 5%. Okay, awesome. Just drink more. Yes, I'll drink until I'm unconscious. The old Watchtower building right over here, which now has a sign that says "Welcome." What's going to be apartments? Yeah, John, I'm being rude right now, I guess. I don't know. That's why it's filmed in front of a live studio audience. That's right, Dinton. My brain's melting too, S. Fields, and I have not drank beer. Maybe they didn't mean me? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But this is a spot right here where I always struggle with the signal. And today, we are not having issues with the signal, which is fantastic. Let's walk out onto Fulton Ferry Landing. And I will tell you a story at Fulton Ferry Landing. Let's talk about John Augustus Reubling. John A. Reubling, the designer of the Brooklyn Bridge. John Augustus Reubling, the designer of the Brooklyn Bridge, he immigrates here to the United States in 1831. He immigrates here from the walled village of Mulhausen, Germany, to resolve his destiny in all that space, as his family said. And right about here would have been the Fulton Ferry Landing. John Reubling and his son Washington in August 1869 are doing survey work, where the towers were going to go, where the anchorages were going to go. And John Reubling and his son Washington were standing at the very tip of the pier called the Rack. As the ferry boat came into dock, John Reubling and his son Washington stepped back to allow the ferry boat to dock. And unfortunately for John Reubling, his foot falls through a broken wooden plank, like this one right here. Ooh. His foot falls through a broken wooden plank. His foot falls through the pier. His foot then gets wedged in the pier. The ferry boat comes in and basically crushes his foot. John Reubling was a hydropathist. He believed that water cured everything. Against the wishes of his son Washington fresh from the Civil War, he's like, Dad, you got to amputate your foot. You got to die of gangrene. He's like, no, water will cure me. And John Reubling proceeds to cure himself by drinking mineral water and pouring ice cold water on his open wound. 18 days later, John Reubling dies of the most agonizing bout of lockjaw and tetanus. Enter Washington Reubling. Washington Reubling, a Renaissance man of his time, just like his father, a mathematician, an engineer, an architect. he's assumed all the responsibilities of building his father's bridge. And at the time, Washington Reubling was only 32 years old. But Washington Reubling was also killed very early on in the bridge's construction. About 8 months later, Washington Reubling is working in the caissons for these towers here. The towers here were by far, the foundations for these towers here were by far the hardest part of building the Brooklyn Bridge. It took nearly 4 years to build the foundations for these towers here. Washington Reubling was working in the foundation for the Manhattan Tower, across the river over there. He came down with the bends. The bends is basically nitrogen bubbles forming in your bloodstream, causing instant paralysis and arthritis. Very painful. So for the rest of the 13 years that the construction lasted here on the construction of the bridge, Miss Emily Warren Reubling took over that construction of the bridge. So yeah, it's background. You know, S Fields, I'm just talking, you know. But let's go to since we have a fantastic signal here, let's go to Emily Warren Reubling Plaza, and let's see a picture of Emily Reubling. And good to see you, Lockload. And meet BBB, please feel well, Bear BBB. Who else is talking to themselves here? Let's see here. Hello there, Pizza Man. Welcome. There you go. Good to see everybody. Welcome on into the show. Hope everyone's feeling well. If you're suffering from COVID, speedy recovery. Hopefully this is a nice little distraction to what's going on in your life. And now you know the rest of the story. Reminds you of Paul Harvey. There you go. Yeah, John, that's not going to happen. Yeah, tough people, tough times indeed. Yes, indeed. Wow, this is the one spot where I've been having some major signal issues, and right now I have none. 4G LTE for the win. Oh, let's do this really quick. Here's another very historic spot here in Brooklyn Heights and Fulton Ferry Landing. Across the street is the bar and pizza place called, bar and ice cream place called the Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory. Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory here, it was built inside of a former Texaco gas station. And this Texaco gas station was around back in 1984. And where this yellow truck is parked, there was a little band. You may have heard of them. They're called Bananarama. They filmed their music video for Cruel Summer right there on that corner. I highly recommend watching that here on YouTube. There it is. Join the Forever Chat over on Discord. Join the Forever Chat on Discord. An open Discord server for all the fans of Dutch Moz to go around and chat. So if you need some encouragement, if you're sick or not feeling well, or just need some encouragement to realize that you're alive, join the Forever Chat over on Discord. I love this location too. Battle of Bananarama. You're appreciating the walk there, Faith? Awesome. Love that band. Yes, me too. I love that band too. Let's go into Emily Reubling Plaza. This is the final piece of Brooklyn Bridge Park right here. And it's so nice to walk through this plaza here, because for me doing the bicycle tour, it makes my tour doing a lot easier. And Discord, John Lord, Discord, you can talk about anything you want. You can talk about anything you want over on the Discord channel. You can talk about anything you want, but the members of the channel will be getting a locked Discord server. And on that locked Discord server, you could give me ideas or suggestions on future live streams. The public Discord is kind of just for anyone. I will not take suggestions from there. But if you have ideas or anything like that, you know, please feel free to post them there. But For the most part, suggestions will come from members of the channel. Yes, you could even talk about Times Square on there. You could talk about Times Square. As we are now underneath the bridge. And this is where my signal always struggles. I can't get over this right now. It's like solid signal down here. It's amazing. Not Times Square, yep. People want to see Times Square. We could talk about Duffy Square, Longacre Square, Herald Square, Washington Square, Madison Square, all the squares. But remember, there's only one of each. Now, John, it's all right. No, Jim, you're not a square. You're a round polar bear. Here she is, ladies and gentlemen. Without her, we would not have our Brooklyn Bridge. Here's the great Miss Emily Warren Reubling. Emily Warren Reubling, the sister of the General Washington Reubling, served under during the Civil War. They met at an officers' ball and they got together very quickly. They were quite a power couple for their time. Your favorite is Bartell Pritchard Square, yes, over in Prospect Park. It's hip to be squared, yes indeed, yes. Huey Lewis in the News was correct about that. Isn't that a beautiful gown? I love this. They have all the notable moments here. But Miss Emily Warren Reubling was the first person to ever cross the Brooklyn Bridge, a ceremonial crossing, of course. Miss Emily Warren Reubling rode over the bridge in an open silver and white carriage, and she was cradling a rooster. The rooster was a symbol of victory. When she gets over to the Brooklyn side, there's roughly 20,000 people waiting to greet her. And then after that, a party starts. One of the greatest parties in all of New York City history begins. May 24th, 1883, the Brooklyn Bridge's opening day. The president and vice president are here in attendance. And that night, we have a fireworks show. Nearly 14.5 tons of fireworks were released in a fireworks show that lasted nearly 3 hours. From what I have read of this fireworks show, it was a very beautiful, very dangerous and chaotic experience, because if you can imagine, there was fireworks being shot off the towers. There's fireworks being shot off the roadway. There were boats beneath us shooting off their own fireworks, and they kept the bridge open to traffic the entire time. Kind of amazing. Good to see you, Zalico. Welcome. Yeah, the rooster was a symbol of victory, Laurie. So it was an old-timey kind of thing. My admiration for Diana, these are engineering marvels here. Oh my God, S. Fields, there's an amazing painting of this fireworks show at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in their visible storage currently. It's like a 9-foot tall oil painting of this fireworks show. It was probably amazing. So appreciate this channel. Awesome. I'm glad you enjoy, Faith. Rolo, good to see you. Good to see you again, Shibe. Welcome. The Manhattan Bridge right over there. And, of course, the Williamsburg Bridge off in the distance over there. We, of course, are going to walk over the Brooklyn Bridge. Does the river have a smell? No, it's pretty clean, Pizza Man. It's pretty clean. Best museum in New York City, probably the Metropolitan Museum of Art, because it is so big, it closes 3 hours to closing time. That's how big the museum is. They got to start clearing out people 3 hours before the museum closes. So don't expect to go to the museum at 4:30 thinking you're going to walk around the museum and the museum closes at 5. It doesn't happen that way. Why did roosters cross the bridge? It was an engineering thing, Laurie. It was a symbol of victory. It was a symbol of victory, Laurie. Victory over very tough, adverse conditions of building this bridge. New York City combines the best and worst of humanity. Yes, it does, S. Fields. Yes, it does. What is New York? New York is the 20th century machine in motion in front of you. The world of mathematics and engineering in your face here in New York City. That's what makes it kind of amazing. As I always like to say, New York City could take a licking. licking while we keep on ticking. We have here a New York water taxi boat making its way down. Water taxi operating a private shuttle, a ferry shuttle for interns and residents of NYU Langone Hospital. So this runs between NYU Langone over on 34th Street and also NYU Langone in Sunset Park at the former Lutheran Medical Center. New York water taxi not doing their tourist loop. Haven't done that in quite some time. We'll find out if the office is too hectic there, Diana Lee. We'll find out when we get up there. We will find out. It is a cloudy day, a little chilly, but the tourists are back here in New York. So it should be crazy up there, but it's always crazy up there. Central Park was nuts on Saturday. So the city's coming back. Oh, one of the best views in the city there, Activity 79. One of the best views in the city. Good to see you, Miss Blee. Welcome. Let's make our way over here to Jane's Carousel. Jane's Carousel, built by the Philadelphia Toboggan Company in 1922 for an amusement park in Youngstown, Ohio called Idora Park. And there the carousel stood from 1922 until the winter of 1984 and 1985. In the winter of 1985, the carousel was partially damaged in a fire. And there we're going to sell off the carousel piece by piece. They put the entire carousel into storage. But luckily, in the mid-1980s, there were two real estate developers called the Volentis brothers, and they wanted to build a residential development right here where I'm walking. Part of that development called for a carousel. And Jane Volentis, one of the wives of the brothers, she found this carousel up for auction, and she won it at auction for the bargain basement price of $373,000. Jane Volentis and a team of 7 people spent 27 years restoring the carousel at a cost of $2.1 million. The carousel officially opened for service in 2011. Istanbul, merhaba Istanbul. John Stevenson, welcome. The carousel was here for just about a year until a very horrible event happened called Hurricane Sandy. If you do a Google search and type in Hurricane Sandy, Jane's Carousel, you will see this carousel completely surrounded by water, but it was still lit up. The carousel suffered only minor damage, just the floorboard was a little bit warped. The box that it's in, designed by world-famous French architect Jean Nouvel. Jean Nouvel picks plexiglass instead of regular glass, so you have the least amount of columns blocking your view of the skyline here. So Chibe, a ride on Jane's Carousel is just $2. Carousel just costs $2, and currently I believe the carousel is opened from 12 noon until 6 p.m. in the afternoon, Thursdays through Sundays. Let's find out. Good to see you, Arjan. Welcome. Let's see. And Faith with a 5 Canadian super chat. Faith, thank you so much for the 5 Canadian super chat. Thank you so much for joining today's $5 club. Much, much, much appreciated. Thank you so much, Faith, for sponsoring today's video. Thank you so much for reimbursing my subway ride. Much appreciated. Now we're making our way over to Dumbo. And this building right here, 1 Main Street, this is the building that starts it all. You could buy the apartment up there in that clock face for $22.5 million. These old buildings right here, these are called the tobacco warehouses, today called the Empire Stores. The shell of these buildings date back to the 1860s. We're now going to see a piece of art that's been here for a while. Let's see the little heart monument, or not the heart sculpture over here. Take a picture of this. There it is, the Manhattan Bridge right there. Manhattan Bridge, the last bridge over the East River. The Manhattan Bridge was completed in December 1909. Click that bell icon there. Thank you so much. Click that bell icon because I never know when I'm going to go live next. Got some fire boats out here. Uh-oh. Do we have, we might have something going on here. We got 2 helicopters here going very slow. And we have not 1, not 2, but 3 fire boats and a whole bunch. Wow, look at this guy. There's a lot of activity going on all of a sudden. Going down the East River. There's a, wow, there are 3 police boats. There are a whole bunch of, wow, is this like the president or vice president? We have the police helicopter right up here. Everyone's coming down here. Let's see, let's get a vantage point over here and see what's going on here, because they're definitely deploying here. They are definitely deploying. Yeah, there's like a dignitary. This is a motorcade here. Usually we have motorcades that go to and from the United Nations via the FDR Drive, and this is definitely a motorcade, a very important person motorcade, because we do have all the police boats out here and everything. This is a regular occurrence, so this isn't anything to be alarmed over, but this is a regular occurrence. No, NA literalist, this is not an emergency. This is, again, this is a motorcade for a very important dignitary. Let's see what's going on here. No doubt we're going to see a helicopter take off. Now, if it's the president has an osprey. He has a series of 3 ospreys that fly around with him. I try to capture the best moments. This is Carousel, Jane's Carousel right there. Oh yeah, we got a lot of action going on here right now. Let's go back down to that other end over there. Oh yeah. Got the 2 helicopters right there. And the webcams are sexy chats. .xyz dating please, dating adult site, dating adult site .xyz for all the hot sexy boys and girls. The best, the beautiful, what? The beautiful South, Carousel, best tune ever. There you go. Youngstown, Ohio. That's right there, Madam Mojo. Trump is back to Trump Tower? No, literalists. No. And .xyz, baby. Nice view trip. There you go there. Chitin 56, welcome. Yeah, this is a some kind of dignitary. I do have great timing there, Jack. I do have great timing. Stash of the stash. Good to see a Lala be so random. Welcome. And that's a. They definitely have some kind of motorcade going down the east side. No doubt from the United Nations to Pier 6 where the heliport is. Good to see you, Dan. Welcome. Let's see what's going on here. And then we'll make our way back over towards Dumbo. My favorite station too. Awesome. Yeah, this is a motorcade here. No, we cannot signature. Not from here. It's, well, actually, yes, we can, right there. There it is. Good to see you, Lala. There's the very top of 9 decal right there. They're still working on the crown for the building. Get a better view from that from the Brooklyn Bridge. See, so now the police boats are stationed just off that heliport pier now. And there's no doubt a world dignitary coming in. Yep, and a cherry on top, that's right. Yeah, the boats from the Winks are pretty wild, right? Check it out. Robert, good to see you, Robert. Yeah, it's a nice gray day, Madam Mojo. Good to see you. Cleveland rocks. And the East River is rocking and rolling here. That is for sure. Yes, DJ Scratch and Sniv coming with the best gabber from all of Yugoslavia. Good to see you there, Julio. Welcome. Yes, signatures almost complete. Yes, indeed. All right. Looks like we're in Benito's, Argentina. Let's make our way over to, would you like to know the type of, put a number 1 in the chat if you want to see the photographic sweet spot for our Water and Washington picture. Water and Washington streets. That's where you get an amazing view of the Manhattan Bridge framing the Empire State Building. And we have the Bailey wants a photographic sweet spot. That's awesome. Is that seawater? Yes, it is, Easy Rider. This is seawater. S. Fields wants to see the photographic sweet spot. Zalka wants to see the sweet spot. Faith wants to see the sweet spot. Rouge Jones, welcome. Laurie wants to see the sweet spot. Be the Traveler wants to see the sweet spot. Does everybody want to see the sweet spot? I guess you guys do. All right, let's do it. Let's go over to Water and Washington Street. And let me show you the photographic sweet spot. You've watched the rest. Now it's time to watch the best. Everyone wants to see the photographic sweet spot. That's a beautiful thing. So let's do it. Everyone wants to see the photographic sweet spot. Let's do it. Let's get over to Water and Washington Streets. Gotta watch out for it. There's a lot of geese poop in this little lawn right here. So if you take the kids out here running around, make sure the kids watch out for geese poop because there's a ton of it here. There is a ton of geese poop right there. Good to see you, Felix the Master. Welcome. Making our way into Dumbo now. Dumbo is short for down underneath Manhattan Bridge overpass. But new people, I like to call them the gentrifiers. New people to New York City tend to call it district under Manhattan Bridge overpass. It's down underneath Manhattan Bridge overpass. That's how the Valentis brothers called it back in the early 1980s. And I think there's a ton of tourists by the heart sculpture. Let's see if we can quickly see the heart sculpture here before moving on. Good to see you, Moise. Welcome. Here are the Empire stores, and oh, there's a birthday party around the heart. So we are, there's a little monkey on the heart too. I don't know if that's part of it. I guess the heart is being taken over, so we won't get our cool picture at all. We got a jet skier here coming very close to the water, showboating for all the people. It's New York. There are things called a jet ski. There are jet ski tours here in New York City by a company called See the City, SEA City. Their tours leave out of Jersey City, New Jersey. Is it warm enough to do that? I don't think it is. You better be in a wetsuit doing that. But then again, I have done this on a 90-degree day, and it was lovely. But it's a workout. So many nice places you did not see when you was here. Well, Felix is going to have to come back. It's good in Brooklyn indeed, Moise. Isn't that a cool bridge? The Manhattan Bridge, the final bridge built over the East River in December 1909. Did I imagine we say Cleveland Rock? Yes, indeed. Cleveland rocks. Madam Mojo's from Cleveland. So shout out to all my viewers in Cleveland. Cleveland rocks. They're parading around, people. It's the parade of the jet ski here in the East River. The East River, again, it's a tidal estuary that separates Manhattan Island from Long Island. So technically, And for all intents and purposes, I am in Long Island right now. Rock on indeed, Madam Moja. Shout out to Drew Carey. If I could sneak in a TV theme, I will, you know. So if you're new to the channel, if you like TV themes, I probably will sneak one or two in there. And it's the sea, yes it is. Yep, they're doing a tour. Yeah, they're probably advertising the jet ski rides, yes indeed. I got to do a tour, a 3-hour tour once with See the City. And I have to say, while driving a jet ski is rather easy, it's a workout on your abs. My whole stomach was sore for weeks after that. But there was nothing like being in a jet ski directly in front of the Statue of Liberty. There's really nothing like it. But there's the Manhattan Bridge. Behind it, the cheese grater building. Right there. Doesn't that look like a cheese grater? Let's continue on. And I do recommend the jet ski tours because they actually give you a guide. Fellow Clevelanders there include Paul Newman, Jim Bacchus, and Hart Crane. There you go. Wow, I haven't heard Jim Bacchus, a mention of Jim Bacchus in a very long time. Holy cow. Good to see you, Myrna. Welcome. Too many boats in the water for you? Yeah, if you're not used to it, Felix, it could get a little overwhelming with all the boats in the harbor and rivers. Mr. Magoo, indeed. Mr. Magoo's from Cleveland? Bob Hope's from Cleveland? What? Wow. I'm blind. All right. Let's go say hi to my friend, the Nutcracker. It would not be a Dutch Boz live stream without me talking to statues. And we're going to talk to a whole bunch of statues today. Because that's what we do on this channel. Is talk to statues. So let's do it. Albert Alzier and LaWanda Page, Aunt Esther, also from Cleveland. Wow. Wow, Cleveland rocks, Cleveland rocks. Shout out to Cleveland, Ohio. And of course, Idora Park. Yeah, Mr. Magoo was a great cartoon. Cheese Gator building does seem out of place, Jack. They used zoning, loopholes in the zoning for that lot to build that building. Technically, that building is zoned in a light industrial area. They used a very vague technicality for that. I know, we talk to statues. We talk to statues, not to ourselves. Well, at least not me, anyway. Let's go see the Nutcracker here. The one girl cookie. All right, somebody's got to talk to statues, right? Somebody has to talk to statues. Hey, buddy. How we doing, my friend? I like this guy. He's nice. That's a nice guy there. I do like this nonsense. Make sure to hit that thumbs up. There are 240 of you guys watching and only 154 likes. So hit that thumbs up if you like this kind of nonsense. It will help me greatly in the algorithm. And it will help more people find the live stream. Looks like a bit of gingivitis. Yes. Yes, that's the anarchy. The anarchy guy there. The anarchy Nutcracker. Oh, he's doing a painting here. That's cool. So see, these guys here. These guys are in the photographic sweet spot. This is how you know. So see, these guys here across the street. They're too close. They're too close to get the good picture, and also the street is open, so you got to get out of the way of cars. So this is what you do if you ever come here to Water and Washington Street. So you're going to side, Sweet Green is right over here. You see that little black dot right there? They mark off that spot so often that the glue from all the tape, it stays there. Have your photographer stand in the manhole cover right here. Put your subject on the black dot, and ta-da! There it is. Look how everything lines up perfectly. Isn't that neat? There it is. It all lines up perfectly from right here. The photographic sweet spot of Water and Washington Street here in Dumbo. Isn't that sweet? Oh, we got somebody painting here today. A pro move there, Myrna, that's right. All right, perfect shot, right, Linda? There it is. Never realized the Empire State Building didn't it? Yeah, it's a very famous historic view here. Just lines up perfectly. Right there. All right. Let's walk up Washington Street and make our way up to the Brooklyn Bridge. Good to see you, Linda. Welcome. Looks like the M25 is doing a bit of a diversion. Or the B25, sorry, the B25 bus doing a bit of a diversion. Normally it does not go up Washington Street. You got this picture from me once before? Yeah. No, literalist, no nude painting. Ugh. Yep, gotta go to my office now, Felix. I have taken thousands of people in real life over this bridge. And I'm gonna take you guys over the bridge right now. But first we have to get there. So let's get up there. Now look at all these beautiful tulips here. The tulips are out. Look at this. How pretty that is. It's pretty quiet down here, Felix, but it's also very chaotic and loud with all the car traffic. Wow, very big comment there. Jim Backus was the voice of Mr. Magoo. Also played the husband of the rich couple that was stranded on the sitcom Gilligan's Island. Oh, that's who that is. Awesome. I knew that name sounded familiar. Thanks so much for the information there, Gary. Beautiful tulips here. Yes, indeed. Let's make our way up to the bridge here. It's time to walk the bridge. It's time to walk the bridge.
They're obligated to do, and then they say, well, screw you guys, what do we got?
Tiptoe through the tulips indeed. And be careful with the emojis, because the Nightbot only likes a maximum of 2 emojis, unless you are a moderator. Oh, we got traffic here on the southbound BQE. Thurston Howell III. There you go, Lori. Ouch, traffic not doing too good. Going towards Staten Island here in the BQE. Oh, we have beautiful blossoming trees across the street. Let's see, should I cross it or should I cross here? Let's cross here first. I want to see these blossoming trees. Ah, there you go, Madam Mojo. Good to know. Yeah, some pretty trees over there. Let's go see those trees. Blossoming trees are so ephemeral. We got to enjoy them while they last. Wow. We're right here next to the anchorage of the Brooklyn Bridge here on the Brooklyn side. And look at all these beautiful blossoming trees. Isn't this lovely? Beautiful purples here. Wow. Yeah, really pretty. Was this thinking about that purples? Yeah. Ah, sorry to hear that, Deb. Deb, I will ingest all the pollen for you, the viewer. It is great to see the trees blossoming, absolutely. I'm gonna know this little, a little bit of perfume here or there, Diana Lee. A little bit of perfume here. All right, it's time. It's time to make our way over the 138-year-old Brooklyn Bridge. Steam power, horsepower, and raw manpower, that's what's built the Brooklyn Bridge. Built in an era before electricity, the Brooklyn Bridge is truly a handmade modern marvel. It took 14 long years to build the bridge, between 1869 and 1883. Years during which Thomas Edison invents the light bulb and the phonograph. Alexander Graham Bell invents the telephone. The buffalo were exterminated from the Great Plains. The catcher's mask and curveball were introduced to the game of baseball. In Washington, President Chester A. Arthur installs plumbing in the White House. And in Europe, Picasso and Einstein are born. Just some of the things that were happening in the world while we were building the Brooklyn Bridge. At a cost of $14 million, Brooklyn Bridge was quite a stupendous undertaking for the time. The Brooklyn Bridge was one of the first bridges in the world to utilize steel. And at the time, it was the world's longest suspension bridge, nearly 2 times over. But here we go, guys. Let's take a walk on the Brooklyn Bridge. As you see, the tourists are streaming off the bridge here. everyone clamors to get off the bridge. We're getting on it, baby. It's nice being elbowed by tourists. Here it is, everyone, the Brooklyn Bridge. Oh my God, Deb, I hope we catch another sunset from up here in the future like that. That was really cool. Brooklyn Bridge, crowded today, to say the least. Let's get a shot here of all these humans on the bridge. During normal times, and we're getting back to normal times, up to 91,000 people can cross the Brooklyn Bridge every single day. That's around 21, 22 million a year. Ah, awesome there, Linda. Or Lena. Awesome there, Lena. So Felix the Master, I recommend if you can, come here for sunrise. Come here for sunrise if you can. Sunrise on the Brooklyn Bridge is probably one of the coolest things you could do here in New York City, and it's absolutely free. You feel the city come alive, you get fantastic pictures, and the bridge is completely devoid of humans, unlike right now. Look at that crowd. Thank you so much, Deb. Yeah, there's the link to the epic sunset we got up here. One day up here in the Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah, Diana, there's a lot of people up here. We even have a cyclist here on the promenade level. I do not recommend riding a bike here on the promenade level because if a police officer decides to give you a ticket, the ticket is $150. This is where you ride your bike. This is the new dedicated bike lane here on the Brooklyn Bridge. Here on the car level. It's actually much easier to ride than dealing with all these humans here on the bridge. And also you won't get a ticket. And I have seen police give tickets. So, yeah. Don't ride your bike on the promenade. Ride your bike down below on the bike lane. Ted, doing freaking great. Yes, dedicated bike lanes. Dedicated bike lanes for the win there, Jim. Yes, indeed. And I'm glad that, like I said, yeah, Felix the Master, yes. I highly recommend sunrise on the Brooklyn Bridge. There's nothing like it. There's really nothing like it. It's quite amazing. Gary, your girlfriend walked over it when you visited New York City last July 3rd, and you loved it. Awesome. Can you bring electric bikes or one wheels, etc. onto the new bike lane? Yes, you can. Actually, quite a few people ride one wheels on the bike lane of the Brooklyn Bridge. Ah, awesome there, Al. I'll check that out. More and more vendors coming up here on the bridge. Sooner or later, the whole bridge will be covered in vendors. I am astonished by how strong the signal is here up on the bridge. It's pretty amazing. Very happy with the 4G LTE signal. I'm very happy about that right now. It's pretty cool. They do need to regulate them. Yes, they do. Oh, do we have a Julian Assange painting up here? What is this? This is new. I have never noticed this before. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. That's kind of nuts. Look at this, guys. Here he is, Julian Assange. Wow. That's kind of cool. Up here on the Brooklyn Bridge. These are over the Brooklyn-bound lanes of the Brooklyn Bridge. A lot of traffic here, Brooklyn-bound, and going into down south along the BQE here. The vendors have doubled, Diana. The vendors have doubled. Yeah, Dutch Bob's exclusive, right? Off in the distance, the tallest building in all of Brooklyn. There is 9 DeKalb. The Brooklyn Tower, also known as the Cheesecake Tower, is the same height as the Chrysler Building at 1,099 feet tall. Yes, we're going to do that. Felix the Master, we'll do a GoFundMe for that, Felix. That sounds like a good GoFundMe right there. That sounds like a good GoFundMe right there. I gotta... What does Julian Assange mean? I don't know. I guess they're doing it for peace. That's like a legit painting. If you look closely, it is a painting on a canvas. That is on canvas on a canvas on a frame there. It says peace at the bottom of it. Julian Assange soon to be extradited back to the United States in a few weeks. Will he come to New York? We'll find out. Let's do it. Yeah, Holly, this is normal. This is how it normally is. And since the bike lane has closed on the bridge, there seems to be more and more people on the bridge walking it. Yeah, there were fingerprints on it too, maybe from the artist, you never know. They should remove the graffiti. Brian, they do that all the time. So a couple of things here in New York that you don't want to do, and that's blocking an entire route there. When you stand in a row like that, you tend to block entire thoroughfares there. I love the new dedicated bike lane. Can we get to 200 likes? Thank you so much, Deb. Can we get to 200 likes? There's 240 of you guys watching. Come on. Hit that like button. It will help me greatly in the algorithm, and I will be forever grateful. But the Brooklyn Bridge, back in 2019, this was the 4th most popular spot for tourists to visit in New York City, and that is after Central Park, the Empire State Building, and the Statue of Liberty. So, one of the top 5, if not top 10 destinations to visit here in New York. It was treacherous with the bike lane before, Holly. Where I'm walking right now, it would not be able to happen. Where these people are taking the picture right now, this would not be able to happen if the bike lane was still in service. It's crowded up here. It's crowded up here, tough to run, a little bit chaotic. It's kind of nuts. All right, top 3. Top 3, Linda? Yeah. The vendors are taking away space there, Dindin. The promenade varies in width from about 10 to 16 feet wide. So it's not very wide. And as you see, tourists will always stop in the most narrow spot. And that is right here between these gates here. These gates here are meant to prevent people from climbing up the main towers of the bridge here on the cables. So don't be like those tourists. It's actually a much better picture further down. Of course, the best picture is in the very middle of the bridge. And once we get to the middle of the bridge, we'll do a little view here. We'll do a 360. And we'll take in the view of Midtown, Statue of Liberty, Lower Manhattan, and the East River. The Brooklyn Bridge, designed by John Augustus Reubling. Construction began by his son, Washington Reubling. And Miss Emily Warren Reubling, she was one who really builds the bridge. It was very famously said that she was a soother of hurt souls. Whenever the egos of the engineers and the architects got a little bit too big, she kept them in check. We got to finish this Brooklyn Bridge. Where I'm walking right now on this pedestrian promenade, we are purposely 12 feet above the traffic, just so we have the best view of the harbor and river. Oscar Contreras, Huepa, Puerto Rico, bienvenidos, Oscar. You know what, Oscar, you cannot watch 4th of July fireworks from the Brooklyn Bridge. The Brooklyn Bridge does close to pedestrian traffic if there is fireworks shows happening in New York Harbor or here on the bridge itself. Unlike on opening day of the bridge, May 24th, 1883, while fireworks were shot at the superstructure, fireworks were shot at the top of the towers, they kept the bridge open to traffic the entire time. I gotta wear a sign on my back that says, tips are appreciated. I stop and the studio audience keeps moving. All right. The plaques, the information plaques of the Brooklyn Bridge finally beginning to be unveiled here after almost a year of being covered up by the construction of the bridge. They cleaned the towers of the Brooklyn Bridge, so the towers of the Brooklyn Bridge look brand new. Everyone wants a free tour. Winger, good to see you. Oh, that was a good band. Winger, good to see you. Exactly, Dindin, earn some extra cash. Here is the builder's plaque of the Brooklyn Bridge. Without these three people, we would not get our bridge today. John Augustus Reubling, Washington Reubling, and of course, Emily Warren Reubling. She gets top billing because, as everything in life, on the back of every great work, we could find the self-sacrificing devotion of a woman. This plaque here was placed here in 1951, and this was the first formal acknowledgement of Miss Emily Warren Reubling's contributions to the construction of the bridge. As we now get to the center of the bridge, can we get to 5 more likes? Hit that like button. We're going to get to the expansion joint of the Brooklyn Bridge. How much does the Brooklyn Bridge move? Well, I'm about to show you right now. They do need to clean the plaque. Yeah, the plaque is pretty tarnished at the current moment. So, and again, lots of people wanting free tours here today. So I'm going to walk extra slow now and keep turning around in circles. A whole bunch of fireboats, fireboat Zodiac boats coming up the East River right now. There's like 5 of them down there. Gary Ting, what's a fun fact about the bridge? My favorite fact about the bridge, Gary, is what happened on the Brooklyn Bridge's first birthday, May 24th, 1884. People did not understand how strong this bridge was, so P.T. Barnum marched 21 elephants and a whole menagerie of other animals over the bridge to prove how strong the bridge was. Marcel Barrique, welcome. The Gimble is the attraction. That tarnish has been out for too long. The towers of the Brooklyn Bridge, they were the tallest man-made structures on the North American continent when they were completed in the summer of 1875. The tower, closer to Manhattan, the Manhattan Tower of the Brooklyn Bridge, the week that tower was completed, General Custer lost at the Battle of Little Bighorn. Also, when they were doing preliminary work to see how far deep they would have to dig down the caisson for the Manhattan Tower, they found out that they would have to dig down to the appalling depth of 109 feet below river bottom. How many men are going to die? Maybe 100, maybe 200. So Washington Reubling takes a huge gamble, and I quote, "I find this strata of sand perfectly suitable for a foundation for my Manhattan towers. I'm quite confident it has not shifted in several million years." And he was correct. So to this very moment, the Manhattan Tower of the Brooklyn Bridge does not rest on bedrock. It rests on sand, roughly 19 feet short of bedrock. Good to see you, AB. Yes, there are benches all along the pathway here. I will show you a few benches coming up right now. There are benches here on the bridge. Jump off the bridge, but most people who jump off the bridge survive. And there hasn't been any notable jumpers recently, but it happens from time to time. See, got some benches right here. Where I'm walking on this pathway here, this is the exact same spot as it was when the bridge first opened up in 1883. So when you look at pictures or early films, people are walking right here. Don't be this guy right here. If there was bikes going over the bridge, he would never be able to do that. Better than jumping off the Verizon. Yes, most people jump off the Verizon, die. We're going to stand on this bench right here, and let's get the view. Let's get the view of the Brooklyn Bridge. Let's do it. We're looking south here. Looking south towards New York Harbor, Governor's Island, behind Governor's Island, Staten Island. The Verizon Bridge off in the distance right over there. The longest suspension bridge in North America, longer than the Golden Gate by about 62 feet. And then the skyline of Lower Manhattan, right here. One World Trade Center, right there, 1,776 feet tall, or 542 meters tall. The World Trade Center is technically the 4th tallest building in the entire world. As we move up to the north, we will see the buildings of Midtown Manhattan. You cannot walk over the Brooklyn Bridge, Veronica. You cannot walk over the Brooklyn Bridge. Midtown Manhattan right there. Empire State Building. Up to the left-hand side, in the very center of the screen, you have the Steinway Tower, the narrowest skyscraper in the world. And off to the right-hand side, you have One Vanderbilt, 432 Park Avenue, and the Chrysler Building. You could also see in the shot the MetLife Building, the Citicorp Center, also in the shot. The building with the gold pyramid, that's at Madison Square Park, and that is the New York Insurance Company. So there's no toll to cross over the Brooklyn Bridge, but there is a toll to go over the Verrazano Bridge, and I do not know the toll for the Verrazano Bridge. How does the new World Trade Center compare to the old one? Well, I'll tell you right now. Where the glass stops, so right about there, where the glass stops underneath the 3 rings, at the base of the communication needle, where the glass stops, that is the exact same height as the original Twin Towers, 1,396 feet tall. And yes, from this perspective, the Twin Towers would be immediately to the left of number 1 World Trade Center. It's about $20 to cross the Verrazano Bridge. There you go. More if you have more axles. It's time to show you how much the bridge moves. Let me show you how much the bridge moves, because this is the expansion joint to the Brooklyn Bridge right here. Look at all this oil right here. This is how much the bridge could move any given day. This is the expansion joint between each tower right here. The bridge is over-engineered to a factor of 6. Tarzan jumped off the bridge in a movie, but it was a model in the movie. Good to see you, William. Welcome. Well, then welcome, Pizza Man. Yeah. I cannot get over how good the signal is up here. Statue of Liberty right up in this direction here. Let's see the Statue of Liberty. There's our beautiful Statue of Liberty right there. Liberty enlightening the world right over there. Yes, the United States flag is on top of both towers. Yes, yes. If we look really close, we could see this move. So let's see if we could see it move. Look, can you guys see it move? It's moving. Can you guys see that? It's moving ever so slightly. That is the expansion joint. There's a couple of more along the tower here, but that's the most important one, because that's the very center of the bridge. A little bit freaky, but you know, it's a dynamic structure. It's meant to move. It's fascinating. There's self-correcting unit. Awesome. Incredible engineering indeed. You saw it there, Veronica? Awesome. Didn't know about the elephants. Yeah, AB. I wish I had a picture or some film of that day when P.T. Barnum marched 21 elephants over the bridge. He did have in his possession at the time the world's largest elephant in possession. Her name was Jumbo. And she was, she was part of that 21 elephant contingent there. I didn't go to science class. I went to history class there, Pizza Man. But it is a virtual beehive of activity here up on the Brooklyn Bridge. Yes, it was on the History Channel. That's right, Tintin. That's right. You go to check out the Bowery Boys podcast. The Bowery Boys do lead walking tours over the Brooklyn Bridge that feature an actual great-great-great-grandson of John Augustus Reubling. So you could actually cross the Brooklyn Bridge with a living Reubling. Pretty amazing. No, the oil does not leak during rainstorms. The oil is placed there once every few days. As you see, everyone stops in the narrowest section. Let's wait for people to pass here since we're blocking the view. Okay, as you see, we've got to squeeze through the people here. I don't recommend doing that. Of course, when you stand on the structure, you are committing a felony. $1,500 fine if you are caught standing on the structure. AB, the bike lane is down beneath us on the roadway level. There's a separate bike lane that has just been built here on the Brooklyn Bridge. It makes the ride over the Brooklyn Bridge a lot safer compared to how it was in the past. Robojacks out there in London. Good to see you, Robojacks. Welcome. Let's get a view of this bike lane here. Very thick. Here's the bike lane. This is the bike lane right here. So it's all separated. And then we have these fences here. This is to prevent people from walking up the main cables. But the engineering behind this bridge is pretty amazing. The Brooklyn Bridge, one of the first bridges in the world of its size to be created and built with steel. Also, the Brooklyn Bridge is one of the first bridges in the world to be electrified with Thomas Edison's electric light bulb. In fact, when this bridge opens up on May 24th, 1883, electricity is available in Lower Manhattan for about 2 weeks. Kind of amazing. Robojack, it feels wonderful being at my office again. And I'm doing the tour today for you guys here on YouTube because I have to work here on the bridge later on this week. Gary, this bridge was way ahead of its time, and it was also built for the future in mind. Remember that the automobile was not invented yet when this bridge is completed. Everything was brought to this site by horse and wagon. And the derricks that built these towers, these solid stone towers, were made of wood. Wonder how many lightning strikes this bridge has taken. I would say thousands, AB. If you taught state history of NYC, you'll assign this channel there, Laurie. Awesome. Laurie, I am a licensed New York City tour guide, and I have to re-up my tour guide license once every 2 years. To be a New York City tour guide, you have to answer 150 questions in under 90 minutes. I think they did use DC power back in the day photos, but I could be wrong about that. But the towers, after they have been cleaned here, they look brand new. So I can imagine this is what it must have looked like when the bridge first opened up. Janine, I do give the best tours. Thank you so much. Janine, I like to do two things on my live streams. One, I like to frame a shot so it looks pretty. And two, I like to give you guys a little bit of food for thought. And I guess three, let's admit it, we're all here for the laughs. A literalist, can you do me a favor and stop being a smartass? Thank you very much. One more dumb comment, literalist, and I think you're out. Did Edison use DC? Okay, I thought it was Tesla that used DC. All right, we're gonna come around the corner here, and I'm gonna show you the dedication plaque. So the bridge was financed by the cities of Brooklyn and New York, which was then just Manhattan. But New York defaulted on some of their municipal bonds, and Brooklyn took the lion's share of the cost of construction. $14 million in today's money. That is around like $3 billion, something crazy like that. So, yeah, pretty amazing. But here is the original dedication plaque from 1883, right here. The original name of the bridge was, of course, the New York and Brooklyn Bridge. But here are all the trustees and all the people that financed the bridge to get it together. And then its first major reconstruction happened in the 50s, or in the 60s here with Mayor Wagner. Yeah, 1954. Who in Brooklyn bankrolled it? Well, we had a lot of rich people in Brooklyn, but also taxpayers in Brooklyn paid for it, Myrna. So here's a lovely little relief here. They show you how the cabling works here. The cables, the four main cables, are actually a conglomeration of many smaller cables bundled together. Then they all wrap around these I-beams, and this is inside of the anchorage here. So they all go into this plate, and this plate, there's big stones on top of that plate, and it holds up all this bridge here. It's kind of amazing. The engineering here is pretty amazing. And of course, here is the union of hearts and a union of hands. The goddesses of Brooklyn and Manhattan shaking hands over the East River. It was a big deal, to say the least. This bridge is not a part of the National Park Service. This bridge is a part of the Department of Transportation here in New York City. The city and state of New York own this bridge. So it's not a part of the Park Service, but this is a National Historic Landmark and a New York City landmark. So any alterations to the bridge have to adhere to the landmarking. Do these cables ever need to be replaced? Pizza Man, all the time. About 80% of the suspender cables here are original. The rest have been replaced. The only cables that are original are the four main suspender cables. And I do not speak Russian. Please keep your comments in English. The bridge is clean, yes indeed. They have to paint the bridge every 2 years, so the bridge is constantly being painted and repainted over and over again. It's a pretty amazing undertaking. Well, privyat to my Russian viewers, privyat. Welcome to the Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah, Pizza Man, the bridge is meticulously maintained and cared for. There's actually a guy who works for the Department of Transportation. He's called the Bridge Whisperer. He manages all of our bridges. I know, Lori, I always wonder that too. You know, there's pictures of this bridge when it was first completed where, you know, the tallest building is Trinity Church and St. Paul's Chapels. And, you know, a 6-story tall building was considered tall in 1883. So imagine a bridge this large, these towers this tall. It was a big deal. They paint at night and on the weekends. And I would like to pass, but we're... Sorry. Yeah, it's all right. See? Don't be like those tourists. just gonna take over the whole bridge there. They're lucky that people are riding a bike over the bridge. But as you see, most people are too lazy to walk all the way across the bridge. So thus, it is a lot more crowded here on the Manhattan side. I recommend that if you do visit the Brooklyn Bridge, no matter what time of day or year, cross all the way over the bridge. Go into Brooklyn and get some pizza. At least he said he was sorry. That's right, Din Din. At least he said he was sorry. Unlike the guy who elbowed me when I first got onto the bridge. But boy, 4G LTE for the win. Not a wavering in the signal. The signal has been strong. Has there been any dropouts in the signal, guys? Because I haven't seen any on my end. This is pretty amazing. Amazing 4G, not that you noticed. Yes, this is wood, like a boardwalk. The reason why this part of the structure is wood is because this part of the structure moves quite a bit in expansion and contraction of the steel. Not a single drop, nice. Yes, the network I'm on is pretty good. Yes, we're on 4G LTE. Usually when we go into 5G, we've been having problems, but evidently 4G LTE seems to be the trick. The real namaste. Namaste, welcome on to the show. Yes, a great signal today indeed. Dropping the signal to a 4G LTE signal seems to be the trick here to the live streams. Oh, hello. As we make our way over the Brooklyn Bridge. Our first act coming to an end. We're now going to wander and ramble about Lower Manhattan. Good to see you, Mike. Welcome. Those apartment buildings looking love these apartments facing the Brooklyn Bridge. Me too. I would like to live in one. Right? Not a blip for the whole stream. Kind of amazing. I'm not a genius, Din Din. I'm just a live streamer. You know, I've been doing this now for quite some time, for 6 years. Evidently, I'm stealing everyone's act. So, yeah, pretty amazing. But hey. You've watched the best. You watched the rest. Now time to watch the best. Here on the Brooklyn Bridge. I'm going to get a Kickstart. I got to start a Kickstarter and get myself a live view solo. And get multiple cell phone signals and merge them into one. And so you guys can have a full HD signal. 1080. Right now we're maxing out at 720. 720 at 30 frames. There you go, Rosie. Yes, those are two different cities with vastly different populations. That's right, Myrna. Often imitated but never duplicated. That's right. One of my favorite statues is on top of that building, and that is called the City Municipal Building, today called the David Dinkins Municipal Building. Vaulted onto the top of the building is a statue called Civic Fame. Civic Fame is made of copper, clad in 24 karat gold leaf. She's holding up a crown. The crown has 5 points in it, one for each of our boroughs here in New York City. The municipal building was completed in 1929, right before the Great Depression. Today, the building houses all of the various services for City Council, the DOT, sanitation. I am off the bridge. Yes, we're walking off the bridge right now. That's right. The man, the myth, the legend. That's right, Mike. I like to consider myself an urban legend. And then, of course, this silver building right here, a rather new building. It's a residential building. All rentals. It's called New York by Frank Gehry. The waving aluminum on the front of the building is meant to reference the billowing sails of a ship. Apartments begin renting out for the bargain basement price of $2,800, and that is for a studio. And then the tallest building in the world, further down, the Woolworth building right over there. I'm going to talk about the Woolworth building when we get a little bit closer to it. We will be going to the World Trade Center, and we're all going to be checking out the Hudson River before making our way back over towards the East Side and the Fearless Girl, the New York Stock Exchange, Wall Street, Then we'll make our way back to Broadway, the Canyon of Heroes, the Charging Bull statue, and I think today we're going to end our tour in Battery Park because that is where I'm picking up my express bus to go home back to Coney Island. But this 2 hours and 15 minutes has gone by super, super fast. Yes, we're going to go see the bull. Yes, Fearless Girl does rock. Love that one yesterday. Oh yeah, yesterday was its birthday. Wow, yesterday was the Woolworth Building's birthday. Wow. That's awesome. Opened up April 24th. April 24th, 1913. Oh, did they run out of money and create a flat facade there? I vaguely remember something about that. But yeah, 1913, the Woolworth Building, the tallest building in the world in 1913, and the only skyscraper in skyscraper history to be paid for its construction in cash, $14.5 billion. In today's money, that's $2.1 billion. As the sights and the sounds of New York get ever louder and the traffic back to normal. Do they sell batteries in Battery Park? Oddly enough, they do. Oh, she's flying. That girl is flying. Alain Official, buenvenidos. Merci, merhaba. Bienvenue. Oh, the Frank Gehry building. They ran out of money on the Frank Gehry building? Really? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that I did not know. Photos from around New York. I'll see you later, ABX girl. Have a great afternoon. Over here, One Police Plaza. That building right over there. And the federal courts right over there. The Metropolitan Correctional Facility right over there also. Did we have some people renting bikes from my company and riding their bikes on the footpath here? I think they do. I think they are. I think I will help them here. Oh, maybe not. They got a ride. Yeah, you got to watch the signs. See, this is where you're supposed to ride. Right down here. It's much more pleasant to ride down here. While you don't get a great view anymore, it's a lot safer than contending with all these people here on the bridge. Yeah, no thanks onto the jail, right? That's right. Right over there. The Metropolitan Correctional Facility. Oh yeah, the IAC building, yeah. That's right near the High Line there, photos from around New York. And I think sometime this week we have to do the High Line because there's that new park just north of Little Island Park that just opened up last week, or maybe it was like last week or maybe 2 weeks ago. There's a new rooftop park on top of one of the piers along the west side, right near that IAC building. The IAC building, designed by Frank Gehry, to me looks like the only building in the world that looks exactly like its computer rendering, and kind of reminds me of like an iceberg or something like that. The jail is small, Felix, but there's lots of very famous people in there. Look at all these vendors. No, Rick, it's a first come, first served basis here, so you do not need a vendor's, well, you do need a vendor's license that allow you to set up pretty much anywhere in the city, but you don't need a license per se to come here onto the bridge, but you do need a vendor's license. And here's where I get the copyright on the video. So I want to thank everyone who has hit the thumbs up on the video, and more importantly, everyone who's given super chats on the video, because this little bit right here is gonna get my video demonetized. Ah, yeah. Oh, that's annoying. Oh my God. Can he play some Sinatra or something like that? Anyway. Yes. And see, here's a great example of, yeah, he's going to enjoy riding with all the pedestrians here on the bridge. He learned his lesson. Good to see you, Ange. Welcome. Our dollar water guy is not here right now. But good to see you, Ange. Welcome. Everyone follow Yo Ange, great YouTuber from the Upper West Side. She was in Central Park the other day. Hope you're doing well, Ange. I am waiting for the warm weather, but Ange is from Minnesota there. So it's nice and warm out here there. It's 50 degrees here. But children, please, for the love of God, please obey your parents. Please, please obey your parents. Okay. All right. We're now going to cross into City Hall here in City Hall Park. And Myrna Bergen with a 5 Canadian super chat. Myrna, thank you so much for the 5 Canadian. Thank you so much for the demonetization club. Much, 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 much appreciated there. Thank you so much, Myrna. That's right. Get your kids, people. Get your kids. Good to see you, Colleen. Welcome. But see, as you guys know, I never mute the video. But here it is, New York City Hall. City Hall here in Manhattan, the oldest operating city hall in the United States. Continuously operating city hall in the United States. This building was completed the same year we introduced the grid plan to the island of Manhattan back in 1811. To give you an idea of how small the city was in 1811, just beyond Chambers Street, there would have been farms. Kind of amazing. Exactly, muting is for amateurs. Yes, that's right. I have to agree there, John. I don't mute. We're here in New York, and I have to give you all the sights and the sounds unedited. And here's City Hall. They first finished the back of City Hall in Brownstone because they thought the city will never grow north of Chambers Street. Little did they know. Little did they know. But let's walk through City Hall Park here and see City Hall fountain turned on. Beautiful blossoming tree over here. Really pretty. And beautiful blossoming trees here, the sign of spring here in New York. 1811 Kipps Bay area and Murray Hill were really inexpensive, good deals. There was nothing going on up there in 1811 there. Photos from around New York. Yeah, they were definitely forward thinkers when they introduced the grid plan to the island of Manhattan. The grid plan, pretty amazing. And then we have the beautiful Cathedral of Commerce, the Woolworth building, the tallest building in the world in 1913. Right there. You could live on the very top of the Woolworth building in that green pyramid on the very top. They call that apartment the Pinnacle, also known as the Castle in the Sky. It could be yours for $121 million. Are these apple orchards there? Blossoming cherries must be very popular. I think so there, yeah. There should not be vendors on the bridge. I agree, Caramax. There should not be vendors on the bridge. It's too narrow. Look at City Hall Park. Look how pretty. And for all my old school New Yorkers, I will show you the last vestige of J&R Music World. So stay tuned. We're going to go to J&R Music World in a little bit. Yeah, it's good farming opportunities, exactly, back in 1811. Look at beautiful trees. And what we have here, we have a $2 billion. $2 billion. It's some kind of a union thing here. I don't know what's going on here. The United Federal Teachers Union here. Thank you so much, Susan, for the PayPal donation. Gustavo Benvenidos.
Just filling in the crowd. So, all right. So this work that very, very nope, that's right. That really works.
Always something going on here. I don't know why they're wearing top hats. Maybe for the rich fat cats. They do have little mini bundles of money, mini sacks of money. Here is a lovely fountain. This fountain here, I believe it's from 1909, maybe 1905. This was designed by Jacob Ray Mould. And it was built here in City Hall Park, and then it got sent up to the Bronx when they built a massive post office right here at the southern end here of City Hall Park. So there was a post office here for a while. When they got rid of the post office, the fountain came back. This beautiful fountain was built to commemorate the opening of the Croton Aquifer, or just simply the Croton Aquifer. It wasn't built to commemorate the opening of it, just simply the water system that the Croton Aquifer was a part of. In the background, that red brick building, that is called the Potter Building from 1882, one of the first fireproof buildings in the world. Some awesome lamps here, yes indeed. And some awesome tulips over here too. I love this fountain too, Ange. I love this fountain too. Look at this wonderful view here you get. City Hall, the municipal building, and the beautiful fountain here. Can't go wrong. Jacob Ray Mould, the same architect who designs Bethesda Terrace in Central Park. His signature is these guys right here. This is how you know it's Jacob Ray Mould. One of these guys right here. That's his signature. Notice that from Central Park. For all my old school New Yorkers, shall we go to the old JNR Music World? Let's go to it. Let's go to the last vestige of JNR Music World. It is still around. There is a tangible thing left from JNR Music World. So let's go buy some CDs. Right? Cool detail for sure. All right? Those are in all the benches. Yes, indeed. Well, let's see the old JNR Music World here. Here we are. We're going to walk across the street here. Park Row, of course, right here. Here's our Woolworth building, the Cathedral of Commerce here to my right-hand side. There it is. Yay. The tallest building in the world in 1913. And then we come over here to the Globe building. This building here is the tallest building in the world in 1899. And then we got to go across the street here, and let's go to JNR Music World. Gary, you got to check out Ange's channel. She likes to have a lot of fun on her live stream. Her and Joe have a mighty fine time live streaming the city for you guys. I highly recommend their channel. Now let's go to JNR Music World. Let me defy death here and walk across Park Row here. And let's go to JNR Music World. So the last building of JNR Music World is no more. They have recently taken that down. The new building that's being built here is called, ironically enough, the JNR Tower. The new building here is called the JNR Tower. Let's see if I can find that sign. There's a sign around here. She is a natural there, Brian. I have to agree. Now, see, this is the JNR Tower right here. And then look at it, guys. Where is it? Where's my signage? There it is. I see it. I see my signage. It's right over here. So this is the JNR Tower right there. And look, here it is, guys. Let's go to JNR. Here it is. Oh my goodness, it's still here. Ah, it's still here. Oh man. By all my CDs, by all my records, I used to buy hard drives here at JNR. JNR Music and Computer World. Ah, the simpler times. Isn't that retro, Ange? Good old JNR Music World, still here, still hanging in there. Right, I gotta go buy a cassette single, damn it. I need to buy a cassette single of that, a new Ace of Base song. I saw the sign. All right, let's go to the World Trade Center. Let's go to the World Trade Center. What, CD cassettes there? Me too there, Paul. All right, the 80s were the best. The 80s and the 90s were the best. We figured everything out. But then again, we didn't have live streaming back then. We didn't have cell phone data plans back then, so. You win some, you lose some. St. Paul's Chapel, right here across the street, one of the oldest continuously used buildings here in New York City. The new St. Paul's Chapel was completed in 1797. The building is made of Manhattan schist, the bedrock of Manhattan Island. Beepers indeed. Good to see you there, Wasabi. Welcome. All right, cassettes work so cool. Yes, indeed. And now look how much music you could store on something the size of a cassette tape. Kind of amazing. Ooh, is the really? Ooh, I think the cemetery is open, guys. Let's take advantage. I haven't been in here in 2 years. Let's see, is it open all the way to the back? It is open all the way to the back. Ooh, guys, I gotta show you something cool. I gotta show you something cool right now. Oh, wow. I haven't been here in over 2 years since the pandemic. Oh, it's so nice to see this open. I know, Ange, it's open and we can just walk right in. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, this is amazing. So this cemetery dates back to the 1790s. And I'm going to show you something really cool. It's called the Bell of Hope. Here it is. So here is the Bell of Hope. The Bell of Hope is a symbol of unity between London and New York. To the greater glory of God and in recognition of the enduring links between the city of London and the city of New York. Forged in adversity, September 11th, 2001. This was created from the same foundry that created Big Ben. In 2002, on the first anniversary of September 11th, the Bell of Hope was presented to the people of New York by the Lord Mayor of London and the Archbishop of Canterbury. It was created by England's renowned Whitechapel Foundry, which also cast the Liberty Bell and London's Big Ben. The bell is on a special pedestal. The bell's pedestal base was built locally from Eastern brownstone, and directly beneath the bell, inlaid on the pedestal, is a brass footprint of the World Trade Center. The bell is rung every September 11th, symbolizing the triumph over tragedy. So you see, this is the layout of the old World Trade Center. The South Tower, the North Tower, it is in the same configuration of the old Twin Towers. But here it is, the Bell of Hope. And if this is open, guys, I highly recommend checking this out because this is a really cool piece of history. Oh yeah, photos from around New York. Yeah, this is what you get when you get a licensed New York City tour guide. This is what you get. This is why I do not recommend the double-decker tour buses, because you need a guide on there. And guides to tell you things about stuff like this. But how cool is this? So neat. So I want to say the church minister rings it there, Myrna. Oh, the Whitechapel Foundry closed for business. Sorry to hear that. You've been trying to get in here for 2 years. Can't believe it's finally open. Yeah, Ange, I heard it was open recently, about a week ago or two weeks ago, but I haven't seen it open. So this is my first time actually seeing it open. This could very well be the very first day the cemetery is open for the public, but I've heard it's been open for the last couple of weeks. But I haven't personally seen this open until right now. But we got some very old headstones here. The church used to look out over the Hudson River. So where Church Street is, where that bus is right now, that used to be the original coastline. So all the World Trade Center is in the water, technically, built on landfill. And then we have the beautiful St. Paul's Chapel, which faces the Hudson River. Ange is not getting blocked. Ange is getting... Oh, did you block her by accident there, Dave? Nobody block Ange, please. Ange was using too many capital letters there. It's all good now? Awesome. Yeah, I don't know why Ange is getting hit there, Susan. I am not moderating anyone on my end, so... Moderators don't need to moderate. Probably a mistake. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, John. All right, let's make our way down to Church Street. Let's cross Church Street. And are we closing the gates here? I think we're closing the gate. I think I just missed them closing the gates. Yes, I just missed them closing the gates. So let's walk out through the front here. Hamilton is at the next church down, their photos. Hamilton is down in behind Trinity Church. All right, let's go back out towards Broadway. In order to get inside of St. Paul's Chapel and Trinity Church, I have to go through security. So we're not going to go inside the church, unfortunately, because I don't feel like going through security. Let's make our way back towards Broadway. And then we'll make our way towards the World Trade Center. The guy closed the gate on me down on the Church Street side. Good to see you, Riza Ali. Welcome. Locked in, that's right, Ange. Gotta be locked in. Gotta be locked in the cemetery here. It is free to visit either St. Paul's Chapel or Trinity Church, but again, you have to go through security. So you'll go through a metal detector, and yeah, it's a bit of a process getting inside. They closed the entrance when we came in. I think they did, yeah. Spend the night in the cemetery? Maybe. Maybe. I'm out. All right. Let's turn here on Fulton Street. And let's make our way to the World Trade Centers. But yeah, Ange, it's pretty amazing and pretty fun that we are able to experience the cemetery here at St. Paul's Chapel. Really nice to see it. One World Trade Center right here. One World Trade Center, number 7 World Trade Center. This white winged structure right there, that is the transit hub, also known as the Oculus, designed by Santiago Calatrava. Yeah, Titu Ben, yes, the facade of the new World Trade Center Performing Arts Center, technically number 6 World Trade Center, has been completed. Yes, Pizza Man, we are going to the Memorial Plaza. Beautiful Oculus right here, and number 3 World Trade Center right next door. And now we're going to cross Church. And technically, once we cross Church Street, we're in the east. We're in the Hudson River. Tunisia, good to see you. Yes, you are very late to the party, but it's all good. You're here now. Welcome to the show. Where all this street art is. This is the base of what's soon to be number 2 World Trade Center. All the buildings here at the new World Trade Center were built at the timing of their construction. Basically, we want to make sure the buildings do not go up empty. So we're waiting for an anchor tenant for number 2 World Trade Center here. So, is there any significance to the shape of the oculus? The main thing I hear over and over again, Jack, is the fact that the structure is meant to represent the spreading wings of a dove. Who remembers the old HSBC at the old 5 World Trade Center? Now where the beer garden is. You know, I vaguely remember that there, Tattoo Ben. Diana Gonzalez, good to see you. Well, Diana, you know, I hung out with Ange when they were in Coney Island a couple of weeks ago. I invited them up to the museum, and we'll do that again in the near future there, Diana. We'll get together with Ange, and I love this. I love all this street art here. I'm going to kind of, when number 2 World Trade Center begins to rise, I'm going to be very honest, I'm going to miss all this beautiful art. But this is where number 2 World Trade Center will eventually rise from. Oh yeah, we're going to get a few drinks there, Ange. Absolutely. We'll go to the brewery. We'll go to the brewery, Ange. And always remember, folks, do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. Wow, look at the Performing Arts Center. It's like a simple cube. I love it. Good to see David out there in the Dominican Republic. Buenvenidos, David. Yeah, the street murals are wonderful. I have to agree. Even on a cloudy day like today, it brightens everything up. Don't forget to live your dream and never give up. Always. And my favorite saying right here, good vibes only. Even when number 2 rises, they should remove the planters. Yes, I think, Ben, I think you're right, man. I hope they keep the planters. Good to see you, David. Welcome on into the show. It looks like the Memorial Plaza has just closed. They really do close Memorial Plaza a bit early at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a loop. We'll do a loop around it here. We can't go into Memorial Plaza, but we'll do a loop around it. Kind of looks like a boring cube. Kind of looks like Star Trek. The World Trade Center Performing Arts Center, a very futuristic building with movable acoustic walls. Pretty amazing. But yes, they have legit just closed Memorial Plaza here. I just saw them finishing up the chain here, the white chain here. More than welcome, Colleen. Good to see you. Here's the Oculus again. From above, the Oculus looks like an eyeball. That's why they call it Oculus. But it's meant to represent the spreading wings of a dove. That's what I've heard it interpreted as anyway. Designed by Santiago Calatrava at a cost of $4 billion. So, Pizza Man, the new buildings of the World Trade Center are built within the 16 acres that comprise the World Trade Center. So this is all built on the original site of the Twin Towers, but the Twin Towers, this would have been the North Tower over here. On the other side of the entrance to the museum, this would have been this is where the South Tower is. We're going to walk around this right now, and I'll give you guys some idea of how large this was. Personally, it's a bit emotional tonight, so you can't watch Memorial Plaza. So leaving you. Oh, have a great night there, Robojacks. Even when the complex is all done, it's got to look empty without a Marriott hotel. Well, Ben, it's a little bit different than the original. Am I going to the park next to here? I'm going to be going to Liberty Park, yes. I'm going to walk into Liberty Park right now. Hey, buddy. So this is the North Tower right here. The World Trade Center comprises of 274 white swamp oak trees and one calorie pear tree. That calorie pear tree is called the survivor tree. Ah, awesome, Diana. The fountains are turned on right now. The fountains are still turned on. Wow, they closed Memorial Plaza really early. 5 o'clock is a bit early to be closing Memorial Plaza, but I guess that's the new protocol now. No, Felix, it's never been open 24/7, but it does close. It used to close at like 10 o'clock at night. So it used to close at night just so they could maintain it, they could clean it. But since COVID, it's been closing at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So they are closing it still rather early. Yeah, it's very early. It's normally dusk. They would close it, or maybe a little after dusk. But this is all closed off. We're right by the North Tower right here. We finally got the courage to visit the Memorial Plaza last year, yeah. Sometimes it does take a little bit of courage to visit Memorial Plaza. Across the street, Brookfield Place, and the glass atrium that is the Winter Garden. We saw another memorial inside of that building. A couple of weeks ago, we saw the 11 Tiers Monument, which is located inside of where American Express is. It's another memorial inside of that little corner right over there. So now we're on West Street. I'm kind of looping around Memorial Plaza here. Kind of amazing. Everything across the street from West Street before 1973, that was the original coastline right over there. And all these buildings right here, this is all of Battery Park City, was all built on landfill created from the original Twin Towers excavation. When they dug down some 70 feet to bedrock, they removed some 2.7 million cubic yards of dirt and debris, and they placed all that dirt and debris on that side of West Street, thus creating a whole bunch of new real estate, a whole new neighborhood called Battery Park City. Also the World Financial Center, today called Brookfield Place, built across the way there. And technically the last piece of the World Trade Center is right down the block over here. Got that footbridge over there. That footbridge was built in 1989, leading you into the World Financial Center. On this side of the footbridge would have led you into a parking lot. In that parking lot, there was only one building in that parking lot, and that was the old little 3-story building of the Greek Orthodox Church. Yeah, you remember that, Joseph? Old CD 101.9 used to have their concerts set up over here. You know, that was the amazing thing about the Austin Tobin Plaza, was that it was huge. So no matter how many people went to these concerts, it was never filled up. It was always empty. There would always be plenty of spots to sit down in the shade, especially in the summertime, relax in the cooling shade of the Twin Towers. One of my favorite spots to hang out in the 90s when I was a bike messenger. Let's make our way down to Liberty Street here. And then we're gonna walk up into Liberty Park, and we'll get a bit of an overhead view of Memorial Plaza and also the South Tower. But I miss those concerts that CD 101.9 used to put on. I remember those. I got to see Wynton Marsalis once on a lunch break. I never forget it. the CD 101.9 Jazz Concert, Summer Jazz Concert Series. Ah, simpler time. It's time for Dutch Moz to get a workout. Time to walk up all those stairs across the streets and make my way up to an elevated park that's called Liberty Park. Liberty Park is directly above the old, well, not the old, the new truck loading dock for the mall down beneath. And webcamschat.xyz, dating sexy girls and sexy boys. The adult dating site, webcamschat.xyz, bringing you this portion of the live stream. Bots always included. All right. Whee. Let's make our way up these stairs here. Let's get my steps in here. That's right there, photos. That's correct. Let's get some exercise here. Let's do it. Whee. No, Joseph, that's not the case. Here is a new Greek Orthodox church, right over here. The National Shrine of St. Nicholas, and the last bit of sculpture art from the plaza of the original Twin Towers of the World Trade Center. That is Fritz Cohen's Sphere, right there. Surviving both collapses of the Twin Towers. Greek Orthodox Church. Number 4, number 3 World Trade Centers. The Oculus in the background. The entrance to the museum. The South Tower void. And we can't see it, but the survivor tree is right over there, beginning to really blend in with all the other trees here of the Memorial Plaza. Number 7 and number 1 World Trade Centers right there. Number 2 World Trade Center will be in this area right about here. But each building will be a little bit shorter than the next building over. So 1 World Trade Center is the tallest, and then 2 World Trade Center will be a little bit shorter, then 3 and 4, and in this direction here, number 5 World Trade Center will be rising. Number 5 World Trade Center is going to be built on the site of the former Deutsche Bank building. The Deutsche Bank building was heavily damaged when the South Tower of the World Trade Center collapsed, and that building was torn down. And also where number 7 World Trade Center is, number 7 World Trade Center is the only building of its namesake to be built on its original footprint. And number 7 World Trade Center had a large oil reservoir underneath it. The entire building was cantilevered over this massive oil tank. And there was a massive fire that broke out some 30 stories on each of the floors there. And that's why that building collapsed 5 o'clock in the afternoon that horrible day. So that was the final building to collapse and the first building to be replaced. So there were quite a few buildings damaged in the area, but luckily St. Paul's Chapel survived. And this awesome building right here, this is a residential building. This building designed by Cass Gilbert, the same architect who designs the Customs House here in Lower Manhattan, and also the Flatiron Building. But here is Fritz Cohen's Sphere. I love this picture here because this picture depicts a concert happening here. So we have the stage right by the, right here by the hotel, and this is the South Tower, and here's Fritz Cohen's Sphere, and look at all the people sitting for the concert here, and then we have plenty of seating over here. So this is where you would catch me in the 90s. I will have my lunch right around here. hanging out here by Fritz Coming's Sphere. It's pretty surreal looking at this thing. Some 20 years after that horrible day. And then, of course, here we have the St. Nicholas National Shrine, the Greek Orthodox Church that was completely destroyed when the South Tower collapsed. Well, Laurie, back then, the building designed by Cass Gilbert, this building used to be an office building. So this building used to be an office building. Today, it is residences. But 20 years ago, this was an office building, so people worked in there. But here is the new Greek Orthodox Church designed by Santiago Calatrava. I'm very excited for this building to finally be completed, and it looks like it's almost there. Cheesy Poops, I have shown that on my live stream many times. That's the old corridor there leading to the E train. The corridor leading to the E train is the last original piece of the World Trade Center that's intact in its exact same place. That's the E train corridor. The 1 and 9 train were completely rebuilt because it was completely destroyed when the Twin Towers collapsed. Over here in this massive kind of empty lot here, this is where the Deutsche Bank building stood. The Deutsche Bank building literally had a piece of facade of the South Tower dangling from it. And this building got completely torn down, as you see. And here is where number 5 World Trade Center will be eventually built. There is no set design for number 5 World Trade Center just yet. But what we do know is that number 5 World Trade Center will officially be a hybrid hotel and residential building. But that's when it's built. There's no timetable or even architect planned yet for number 5. And that's got to go right here. We got a little squirrel up here in the tree. He's hanging on out. Let's see if we can see him. Yeah. There's one of the great Rupert's relatives right there. Hanging on out in the tree. He's having a good day. Let's see how the Anne Frank tree is doing. The Anne Frank tree, dedicated on June 12, 2017, by the Anne Frank Center for Mutual Respect. Ooh, it's looking beautiful. Look at this. Spring is certainly abounding here. This beautiful Anne Frank tree here, a direct descendant from the chestnut tree that grew outside of the secret annex that Anne Frank and her family hid from the Nazis in Amsterdam between 1942 and 1944. Yeah, it's budding. It's beautiful. Good to see you, Shaky Dave. Welcome. Yeah, Anne Frank tree coming along lovely. Then we have this awesome mural here by Activity 79 here. Sorry, not Activity 79. It is incredible, their HC, yes indeed. Dragon 76 did this mural right here. One of my favorite murals here. Here we have a rendering of the Greek Orthodox Church. And then downstairs is a rendering of the new number 5 World Trade Center. Sorry, Activity 79, I'm getting you guys mixed up. Yes, Dragon 76 did this awesome mural, and if you go digging around in my old live streams, you can actually see the artist doing his final touch-up to this very mural. Pretty neat mural. And the mural covers up something not very romantic. It's a ventilation shaft. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to make our way away from Liberty Park here. And we're going to make our way up Liberty Street. And let's go see our friend. Let's see if our friend found his fountain pen. Time to go see our good friend Double Check. New York City is way too big for you? New York City is not for everyone there, Dave. New York City is not for everyone. Yep, go to see Double Check, Ramona. Here it is, the future home of number 5 World Trade Center. This rendering here is not what the building's going to look like. This is just kind of like an approximation rendering there. How much floor space do you want to get and whatnot. See this brass relief here.
Mike, are we going? When in Rome.
$343 firemen died on that horrible day. The first official death on September 11, 2001 was FDNY's chaplain, Father Michael Judge. Sad fact though, more firemen have died since September 11th than on that horrible day from various diseases and cancers caused by working on the pile for the 6 months the World Trade Center burned for. But now, every time I walk up Liberty Street here, I look at ladder 10, engine 10 here, I see the Pronto Pizza, and right over here I could see the old Sam Goody red neon sign right there. I could see that Sam Goody sign right there. Who remembers Sam Goody here inside the World Trade Center? I could always see that red neon sign right about here. Right about here. I could see it. Approaching Church Street again. It looks like Zuccotti Park is closed because they're cleaning it, giving it a big wash down right now. Burger King opened up here in 1986. Another survivor of that horrible day. And I think table service is coming back here in this Burger King. You could buy alcohol in this Burger King, but you could also have table service in this Burger King. Please tip your waiter if you do come here and eat. Even though, yes, it is Burger King. But beautiful tulips here inside Zuccotti Park. So let's get a look at these tulips here in Zuccotti Park. Oh my God, you remember that, Logan? I remember that restaurant. I remember that restaurant quite vividly. Because I used to love coming to the World Trade Center. Remember that Sam Goody there, teacher? Yeah. So they are power watching the benches right now. But look at all these beautiful tulips. To think we were here during Christmas time and this whole area was covered in Christmas lights. Yes. All the tulips are out. Here in New York City. It must be spring, that's right. Logan, we're going to see Double Check right now. We're making our way up Liberty Street and we're going to go say hello to Double Check. Now we're going to see if he found this fountain pen. I remember the Barnes & Noble too there, Tunisia, yeah. Barnes & Noble was a nice spot to hang out, read a book that you're not going to buy. Across the street here. I go see one of my favorite statues in all of New York City. Double Check. Oh, that's right. It was a Borders. That's right. It was a Borders book. It's not a Barnes & Noble. It's a Borders. Correct. It was a Borders. Look at all these tulips. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Beautiful, beautiful tulips. And let's say hi to my friend. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. From way back in 1982. Here is Double Check. How we doing, buddy? Oh, they cleaned them up finally. Has he found his fountain pen? I don't think he's found his pen yet. We haven't found the pen yet. He's looking. But at least he has his little tape player there, his tape recorder there, and got his calculator. But he is a 9/11 survivor. Good luck, my friend. Hey. So they had to move him up here to Broadway because of those horrible 9/11 bookseller people. They were using them as a point of reference to sell their horrible picture books with stolen pictures. So they moved him up here to Broadway. And his original location is where that big flower is, that big fake flower piece of art. But there he is. We got some beautiful, let's see these tulips over here. These beautiful tulips. Didn't notice that stapler before there, Ramona? Yay. Beautiful tulips here in Lower Manhattan. All right, let's make our way down to Broadway. We're now on Broadway. We're not gonna make our way down to Wall Street. Who remembers the chock full of nuts that used to be here on the corner of Cedar and Broadway? Who remembers the chock full of nuts? It was here until 1980. Those guys are trying to, they're doing their darndest to get some people to spend money they don't have on garbage. So you got to pose, I'll put the camera in your face. That's cool. All right, coming up on Trinity Church. He went to go get his paperwork too to give his fly-by-night company a shout out. Anyway, they try to sell something all the time. I know they should know they're dealing with a professional. Here is the Equitable Building. The Equitable Building was the largest office building in the world back in 1919. But because of this building, it has no setbacks. This is the building that forces New York City to create the modern day setback rule. So because of this building, the Empire State Building and many other buildings look like the way they do today because of setbacks. They wanted to allow the most amount of sunlight to make it down to the street. Beautiful blossoming trees here in front of Trinity Church. Good to see you, Lady O. Welcome. Used to work at Borders Books at 100 Wall Street. Nice, I remember that one.
Also had good insights, but
We're going to make our way down down Wall Street right now. We're walking down Broadway at the current moment. I'm going to turn the corner here on Wall. I would like to visit Hamilton, but I got to go through security in order to visit Hamilton. So I don't feel like going to security today. So we're going to make our way down Wall Street now. Full service tour today, Jack. Full service tour today. Absolutely. Yes, Wall Street used to be drivable many, many years ago. Before September 11th, portions of Wall Street were drivable. Not anymore. Wall Street and, of course, Broad Street. These are closed pedestrian plazas today. But now we're walking along Wall Street. This is the northern edge of New Amsterdam. Let's go say hello to Fearless Girl. No, Wall Street is not drivable anymore, except for the spot way down over there past William Street. The whole area around Wall Street is considered the Ring of Steel, where we are all being followed by cameras and all that stuff, and there's lots of checkpoints, and of course this area immediately around Wall Street all closed off. We're making our way down to the Fearless Girl right now. Fearless Girl coming on up. Federal Hall right here. Federal Hall, where George Washington becomes our first president in April 1783. And here is the New York Stock Exchange. The New York Stock Exchange, some $14 trillion in assets, changes hands every day. I love screaming, sell, sell, sell. Shout out to the Duke and Duke. And shout out to everyone who has money in the frozen concentrated orange markets. So Logan, I wonder that too, Logan, why there's no plaque about the bombing on September 16th. I honestly don't know why there's not a plaque commemorating that, but yeah. Good night, Colleen. Have a great evening. Sleep well. Yeah, I don't know why they don't have a plaque commemorating that. To be honest, not a lot of people have known about that until rather recently. The New York Stock Exchange right here. Here we are along Broad Street. Yep. They're selling pork bellies and frozen concentrated orange juice. Yes, the damage is still here, John. Yes, indeed. Here's our Fearless Girl. Here's our fearless girl right here. Yeah, Warrior G, man. Yeah, there was the first ever terrorist attack happened right here on Wall Street back on September 16. What was that, 1919, 1920? Right? Yeah, 1920. Somebody exploded a cart, a wooden cart full of manure. And yeah. Beaks! Where the hell is Beaks? Yeah. Oh boy. I love that movie, Coming to America. It's a great Christmas movie. All right, let's make our way back up to Broadway. Yeah, who knew manure could explode, right? Yeah. It was a terrible, terrible bombing. The Urbanist Exploring Cities actually has a fantastic video about that horrible terrorist attack. Highly recommend checking out his channel, Urbanist Exploring Cities. Great YouTuber from right here in Queens. As we walk up Exchange Place, 3 hours and 17 minutes, my feet are beginning to bark. We're probably at the 12,000 step mark right now. No, not in 1993, Lady-O. 1993 happened in February. The bombing on Wall Street happened on September 16th, 1920. Yeah, Susan. The horse's horseshoes ended up way down at the East River. It was pretty horrible. Pretty horrible event there, and the marks can still be seen in Federal Hall and the House of Morgan right across the street. I'll see you later, Activity 79. Have a great evening. We have a few more statues to see on our tour. We're making our way now to the Charging Bull statue. And then we'll make our way to Battery Park, where we're going to end the tour. Kind of amazing how fast 3 hours can go by. Thank you so much there, Photos from Around New York, for the link. Welcome to the Canyon of Heroes. This is where we have all those ticker tape parades. They happen right here. And I'm sad to say I did not hit the Powerball the other day. I was really hoping to hit the Powerball, but nobody hit the Powerball, so I have another chance to hit it later on this week. I got pooped on by a bird on my hand. That should have been good luck. That should have been good luck, damn it. .42 Broadway is the DCA office for the City of New York. And this is where I get my tour guide license, right here at 42 Broadway. And the Charging Bull statue looks like he has lots of friends today. You lost two there, you see right here. Yeah, everybody lost. There were no winners of the 400 mil. We all lost, people. We all lost. Let's see our Charging Bull. Morris the Bull here on the corner of Morris and Broadway. That's what us locals call him, is Morris the Bull. Of course, the Charging Bull statue. How dumb are the tourists today? Are there more tourists taking pictures with the balls or more tourists taking pictures with the horns? My recommendation is grab the bull by the horns, not the balls. Let's see how long the lines are. Let's see how long these lines are here. Wah, wah. Morris is a popular guy today, and once again, more people are waiting by the balls than the horns. I recommend grab the bull by the horns. Grab the bull by the horns. My Mia, good to see you. Yeah, that's a long line there for the bulls. See, she's smart. She's grabbing the bull by the horns. You want to do it like that. Because what could kill you? The horns. Duh. 3,000 pounds of brass. The bull is kind of like a chocolate bunny, hollow on the inside. Created by Arturo DeMonica back in 1989. And a gift to the city of New York. Yes, the horns is a better picture. I have to agree. The horns are a much better picture. And then, of course, we have Bowling Green here. Bowling Green, the first public park here in New York City. In the middle of Bowling Green used to be a statue of King George III. And when they read the Declaration of Independence for the first time aloud in front of Federal Hall, there was roughly 1,500 people listening to that. Everyone got so excited we were leaving the Queen, we were leaving the monarchy, that everyone marched down here to Bowling Green. They scaled this fence here. They cut off the finnels here on this fence, because there were finnels here of the Queen and of the monarchy. They cut those finnels off, melted those down into musket balls out in Brooklyn. But also, there was that statue of King George III. They also melted that down in Brooklyn into musket balls, and created musket balls to fight against the British. But this fence here dates back to 1771. So it's kind of amazing that this fence is still here all these years later. Look at these beautiful tulips. Some more beautiful tulips here in front of the Customs House today, the National Museum of the American Indian. A Smithsonian Institute, absolutely free to visit. I highly recommend it. Look at how pretty that is. My goodness. You can tell which have been destroyed by the sun and which are enjoying the shade here. Look at all these guys here are enjoying the shade. So this park here was established way back in March 12th, 1733. Kind of amazing. That's why, if I had to choose Midtown or downtown, downtown all day long, baby. Downtown all day long. There's not even a, there's no competition. Downtown is way better. Good to see you, Cynthia. I have been streaming now for 3 hours and 23 minutes. But I am coming to the end of the tour there, Cynthia. Good to see you. Here's the Bowling Green fence from 1771. Oh, the history right here on the cutoff finnels. Yes, downtown is New York City. That's right. Downtown's where New York begins. Let's get to one last statue, or maybe two statues. Let's go see Flyboy. Let's go see Flyboy, and then we'll finish at Giovanni da Verrazzano. We'll do that. Max, I can't do 3 more hours. My feet hurt, dude. It's fun to do a tour, but can you hear it in my voice? I'm getting to lose my voice. My voice is getting a little bit strained. And also my feet are beginning to definitely hurt. I'm approaching probably 12,000 steps at this point now. But you love the Flyboy statue, me too. As I impatiently wait to cross the street here. But if you remember in the original Ghostbusters movie, this is where Susan Sarandon works as a tour guide, right here at the Museum of the Native American. And now we're going to walk into Battery Park. That's right, Anthony. This is a real tour. After all, I am a licensed New York City tour guide. Been doing this for 10 years officially now. So if you're finding this channel for the first time, do me a favor, maybe consider subscribing to the channel for more exciting adventures here in New York. It is always a pleasure for me to do these tours for you guys. Here on YouTube, it keeps my brain fresh as a New York City tour guide. But roughly in this area, this is where the sale happened. On the 22nd of April, 1625, the Amsterdam Chamber of the West India Company decreed the establishment of Fort Amsterdam and the creation of 10 adjoining farms. The purchase of the island of Manhattan was accomplished. So Fort Amsterdam was technically right across the street over here where the museum is today. But here is the Native American. Right here. With the Dutchman. In testimony of ancient and unbroken friendship, this flagpole is presented to the city of New York by the Dutch people back in 1926. I want to thank the people of Amsterdam and everyone in the Netherlands for giving us this awesome flagpole. And now we're entering Battery Park. Across the way, Castle Clinton. Castle Clinton, built for the War of 1812. Never used in battle, but that is where you get your tickets for the Statue of Liberty. Remember that the Statue of Liberty never sells out. Up to 32,000 people every day can visit the Statue of Liberty. Just an idea, just some food for thought. And here's, I guess somebody's holding up another piece of art next to the piece of art. And oh my goodness, an HC teacher with a $10 super chat. HC teacher, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I try to be the best professor. I am more like a tour guide. I am more like an urban legend. But thank you so much, HC teacher, for the $10 super chat. Much, much, much appreciated. And Pineapple Water with a $5 super chat. Pineapple Water, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. The Miami Bill is atomically... A bull is atomically incorrect. There are no balls. That's right, Pineapple Water. Pineapple Water, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you, teacher, for joining the $5 club 2 times. And thank you, Pineapple Water, for joining the $5 club today. Thank you so much, guys. Much, 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 much appreciated. I would like to enjoy Flyboy. Well, Flyboy looks like he has some friends today. Flyboy bringing awareness to the lack of African Americans in comic book characters. Pretty nice. And let's go see one last statue, everyone. There's one last statue to see. You can't have a bull without balls, that's right. Let's go see one last statue, and then I'm gonna walk across the street and hop on my express bus and go home. My feet are definitely barking today. How do people do 12-hour live streams? That's what I want to know. I cannot hack a 6-hour live stream or a 12-hour live stream outside. I could do that at home, but definitely not here walking around. Maybe if I sat down periodically. Oh, I noticed this last time I was on the express bus the other morning. I know this is Saturday morning, and I've never read this. Look at this. 1624 to 1924, presented to the city of New York by the Council Provincial du Haut-Uint in memory of the Walloon settlers who came over to America in New Netherland under the inspiration of Jesse DeForest of Aventis, then County of Hainaut. So this is in honor of the first original Dutch settlers, right here. This is presented back in 1924. Pretty neat. I had no idea this was here, probably because it was all cleaned up recently, so never noticed it until today, or last Saturday. So that's pretty cool. Better them than me, right? Exactly. Let's go see one last statue. Let's go see Giovanni da Verrazzano. And then we're going to bring this live stream in for a landing. We will bring this live stream in for a landing. Where is Giovanni da Verrazzano? Is he back over there? No, he's over here. Verrazzano is over here. The 12 provinces there. Isn't that cool there, CB? Shout out to all my viewers watching in the Netherlands. And then what is this rock in commemoration of? Peter Caesar Alberti, the first Italian to arrive in New Amsterdam, June 2nd, 1635. A native of Venice, settled near Wall Street area of Manhattan and later to the Fort Greene section of Brooklyn. Look at that. Another one of these plaques that they recently cleaned up and I'm finally reading. But here he is, Giovanni da Verrazzano. He was the one who thought that New York Harbor was a lake. And instead of sailing into that, what he thought was a lake, and discovering Manhattan Island and the Hudson River, he just discovers the entrance to New York Harbor, turns around, and goes back. Thank you so much, Karen Max. Have a great day. Glad you enjoy this. Glad everyone enjoys this. Shout out to all the members who make this happen. You guys definitely make the channel happen. I'm forever grateful for that. But here he is, Giovanni da Verrazzano. Right here. And that, my friends, is 3.5 hours is enough. You're more than welcome there, Madam Mojo. I hope this live stream was enough. I hope 3.5 hours was enough for you guys today. It has been definitely a very fast 3.5 hours. You know, not bad. He got a bridge named after him, exactly. He got a bridge named after him. But as we see all these beautiful trees here, beautiful statues, beautiful New York City, if you are new to these live streams, do me a favor. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Subscribe to the channel here and see New York City from the view of a licensed New York City tour guide. Thank you so much there, teacher. I want to thank everyone for tuning on in. Thank you for all the super chats, all the thumbs ups. And again, thank you so much for enjoying this afternoon with me here in the greatest city in the world, New York. City so nice, I named it twice. Tomorrow I'll be back out in the streets after I do my tour. I don't know if I'm going to be able to live stream outside because it is going to rain in the afternoon. So that means I'm going to probably make my way home and we'll do a flight sim where we'll just act silly and fly the plane around. So stay tuned. But from Battery Park, here in Lower Manhattan, this is Dutch Moz signing off. Have a fantastic New York day, whether you live here or not. I want you to hug your loved ones, cherish your moments. And good afternoon, good evening, and good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. I'll see you guys mañana. Stay tuned, guys. See you guys later. Bye-bye.